see. Oh, I gotta fix that. Always fun when your webcams decide to freak out on us. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to tonight's 5th edition game of Dungeons & Dragons. A lot's happened over the past couple weeks, and I want to first off start out by apologizing for not streaming the last couple of games. The biggest reason I didn't stream those games really came down to technical issues and me being an idiot. So the first is I had pretty crappy Wi-Fi at the hotel. I did fix that, and then I was like, sweet, we can go, we'll be ready. And then I realized my Surface Pro just cannot handle the power of streaming while I'm on the road. It just doesn't have the capabilities that I'm used to. So I was able to actually get a hold of my old gaming laptop. So hopefully while I'm on the road in the future, we'll be good to go. For all of you joining in, welcome. So I've gotten that out of the way. Where'd we leave off? Well, I believe the last we left off was the rest of the party had went back into the town of Willowwood, and we had killed, well, not killed, we killed Cassandra, although Bastard may have antagonized that. I'm neither going to confirm nor deny what happened with them. And then from there, we started patrolling back out and started slowly making our way to the spiders again in an effort to try and find what was going on. Figure out what was going on. We came back upon the shrine, and when we got to the shrine, we met up with a group of, a bunch of different groups of adventurers. They weren't part of our party or anything like that, so we just kind of went on ahead and made camp in the location we'd been there previously to, a little bit of ways. That night, while everybody went to sleep, Patrin and Cade decided to get up to some shenanigans and cause some potential chaos. So they broke away from the party and they went back to the shrine in an effort to sow some discord amongst those different members. Unfortunately, what did actually end up happening is right when we got there, we tripped an alarm, and we bluffed our way out of that by donning some disguises, and then we tried to implicate one of the wizards there. That failed horrendously. That led us into some fighting. Cade, being the smart, chaotic-y rogue that he was, decided to flee, and that was a great call on his behalf. Patrin didn't even make it more than 30 steps before he was brought unconscious, and that is where Patrin actually passed away and died. While this was happening, the rest of our party, the other adventurers, that would be Geist, Varys, and Bastard, they were off following a fey dragon, and that dragon led them to a grove. Now, once they got to the grove, they encountered a bunch of other pixies and fayish creatures there, mainly pixies more than anything else, and a witch. They didn't know it was a witch at the time. They thought it was a beautiful woman. And they also encountered one other adventurer who they were able to wake up. There were 4 of them, but she was the only one they were able to wake up. That adventurer's name was Yik. That is who I am now playing as, since Patrin had died. One thing led to another. Bastard decided to do what he does best, which is surprising because he's a ranger and not a rogue, and he decided to loot everything. They didn't take anything from me because I was awake at the time, but they did pretty much loot the crap out of all the other sleeping adventurers. Then they started throwing the adventurers that were sleeping into a babbling brook, where they proceeded to disappear. Unbeknownst to the party, while all this was going on, Cade had made his way into some caverns. And as they were tossing these guys in, they were falling out into the caverns where Cade was. And Cade also encountered a witch. At this point, everybody started realistically fighting the witch. Or witches. We just didn't know there were witches at the time. And eventually the witch from the grove, where all the fey creatures were, she ran away into the babbling brook, and we proceeded after her. When we went into the brook, we fell out into the cave where Cade was. Through some final fighting, we were able to eliminate the witches, and that is where we left off. That was the end of the last session. So hopefully I have caught you all up on what has happened. I do apologize for the ums. I will get better at that, I promise. And with that, I will bring the party back in, so we can now hear from everybody else. So give me 1 second to get all of the mixing back to where it is. Alright guys, you should
Cool. It sounds like he's wrapping
be heard
up
from Discord.
I kind of hear him slightly through his Twitch.
Yes, everybody can hear me slightly through my Twitch. Awesome.
Yep, he's good to go.
Sweet.
Can you all hear me through this and not through Twitch?
Yes.
Yep, I got you.
Alrighty. So I'm going to bring our D&D
hello.
games back up.
We're listening.
And I need to play with the cameras a little bit, so I'll let y'all know, because we got some people in the wrong spots.
That's okay.
All right.
So basically, we'd finished combat, right? We were done. We were just kind of taking a breather before we started looting the area.
Yes. Yes. You guys have just finished combat with the well, we'll call them witches. They were actually hags, but
Hey,
fair enough.
whoa.
However, so that's where we left off. Is the combat just ended? All of you guys have lived through the combat, more or less. Cade,
More or less.
momentarily knocked unconscious, but is back again. And
Hey,
we
I
have-
brought Cade back up. I wasn't going to let him just go down. I'm not that
So
big
we
of a
have-
dick.
we have Varys, Cade, Geist, and Bastard, and this woman, Yik, in this room. However, Yik is able to look down, see another woman that looks exactly like her, with the exception that she has a couple blood stains on her cheeks that look like someone had run bloody fingers on them. At which point, that lady's eyes open up, and at those ladies' eyes open up, and Nolan or Yik, you wake up, you're looking up, you see yourself looking down at you, and you see about 5 other people looking down at you that you do not recognize. You are laying in a bed. The last thing you actually remember is that you and 4 or 3 other people, a wizard, a archer, a fighter archer guy, and a dwarven cleric, stumbled into this glade of pixies. You were there for you have no idea how long. Time seemed to pass. Every time you tried to leave the glade, you guys came right back into it, no matter which way you tried to go. Eventually, you drank from the brook. You guys fell asleep into this slumber. However, you never really fully fell asleep due to your nature. And a woman came and talked with you in the fairy glade and seemed very excited. And
Like
then
all of
brought
us,
you-
or just
No, this is
Okay.
this is only Yik.
Okay, gotcha.
This is Yik's backstory.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And now you were brought somehow into a cavern area. You remember the journey into a cavern area to where you met where you saw the true form of the two hags here, and it became quite apparent right away that what their intention is that they were going to use you to convert you into a third hag so that they could have their coven. They were in the process of the dark magic that was needed for that. They did not complete it. That is, you are waking up before that has happened. But you see something else that looks exactly like you, holding your magical your sword or your sword hilt, looking right down at you. You don't know anything about that creature. That is where you wake up.
Slap it out of the air.
So that's where my character like actually wakes up out of the rest of my fogged memories.
Oh yeah. You have all of your whatever backstory memories you have. You do know those three travelers that you were with. Like I said, there was that dwarven cleric, which we know now is dead. There was the young human mage, which we also know now is dead. Your character's is not. And then there was the human archer, which we know is still alive and in the cave as well. However, he has been completely picked clean of everything and is basically down in his loincloths at this point.
But what you're saying is we can kill him. That'd probably help your storytelling.
Friggin' bastard.
Yeah. But you know him. His name is Errol. Yeah, he's a fighter, an archer fighter. He's not a ranger or anything like that. You know him. He's worked with you, and he was sort of your party's default leader, but not really. I mean, you know how party dynamics go.
Oh yeah.
And he would be aware of what and who you are, type thing. But outside of that, because you'd probably been traveling with them for a little bit of time. But that is where you wake up at, where your actual character comes into play, and that's why you did not have any of your memories in the last session.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I am assuming at this point that I am still staring at, for lack of a better term, my doppelganger.
For lack of a better term, yes. Now, everybody else, the room, I'm just going to re-describe it so you guys know the setup or remember the setup. In this room, we are in a cave. There is not much light. The light that is here seems to come from this spring or this water, body of water that is sort of in the center of the room, but near the back. So, like, if you were to take a it's not a square room, but if you were to essentially take like a square room and put it like, you know, in the center of the square and push it all the way to the top, that's where the lake would be at, or the body of water. This body of water is roughly about 20 by 20 foot, you know, wide. If you're going to take that body of water as being the north part of the cave, to the immediate left is where Yik is laying in a bed about 15 feet over from the body of water, where most of you guys are probably all standing around. And then about another 20 feet over from there is a desk, or a desk and a table and stuff like that. That seems to be like a little bit of a lab that this witch or hag or whatever it was, you know, probably spent a lot of time doing their
Haggy things.
Yeah, they're haggy things. Another thing that you would know, Yik, is that the reason that they were looking for you to complete their covenant is that one of them had basically taken on the name Aurora to be with the fairies during the day. One was Lunetta to be with the fairies at night, and then you were going to have a name to be with the fairies during both twilight areas, is what their intentions were. So with the
they needed a third shift.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would have also completed the coven with them. And then on the other side of the thing, so on the right-hand side, there's basically the exact same setup. There's a bed, and then there's like another workstation and everything like that. For basically, Aurora's was over here on the left, and Lunetta's was on the right, and their spaces are fairly identical. I mean, some differences, but the major setups are pretty well the same. And this cave goes, if we were to take the lake or the body of water being the north part, it goes pretty far south as well, to where this is actually a fairly large cave area. Cade would know what's that way because that's the way that you came in, Cade. However, slightly to the right, a little bit of south of where Lunetta's side of it, there is another passageway out that, or at least looks like it could be a passageway out.
Now, the voice told me to find a way to unblock the water. Do I see
Yes.
anything? Do I see anything actively blocking the water in this area?
What you see, I mean, other than the cave-in that you came in through this way, you do not. You see that there is a little bit of a channel, a little bit of a waterway that leads into this lake. This waterway is about, say about a foot wide, but only, 8-9 inches deep at that, and it leads into the waterway, but it seems to be mostly dry. There's a very little bit of a trickle of a stream, sort of that's stagnant, that's not, but it ends basically at the cave-in. It doesn't go past that.
So I need to move the cave in, basically.
It's a possibility.
Okay, I'm gonna hobble over to the desk and look around first before
Which
I deal
one?
with the cave-in.
There's two
Um,
nests. There's
The one
Aurora,
that the lady was at when I entered, so it would have been Aurora, right?
Aurora, yeah. So that would have been the one to the left. So you're going to go over there. What do you want to do? You're just looking around.
I want to investigate and see if I can figure out what she was doing or what she was preparing, kind of thing.
Okay. She has all sorts of things that you would consider to be hag type things. Eyes. The eye of the newt, the blood of this, the heart of the dwarf. Now over the sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Anything stands out, like as a potion of magical or anything like that?
Yeah, easily found on the desk and on the shelving that's there. You do find 2 potions. You'll have to sort of investigate them to figure out what they are. Just give me a. Do you have Arcana at all?
Yeah, that's not great, but
Just give me a DC 12 Arcana check.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you're not 100% sure. They look somewhat familiar. Like you feel like you should know what they are, but you can't really identify them. What I will tell you is that you can tell one of them's a healing potion of some sort, but you don't know of what sort, and the other
Okay.
one just seems you're not sure. You also find over there at least one scroll, a wizard's scroll.
Okay.
And but that's what you find without having to actually do a check. And there's other stuff there. Other than that, I'll require either investigation or perception of your choice.
I'll take an investigation check.
Okay.
18.
18. All right, so you're looking over through this. You find that one of the drawers has a false bottom on it. It is locked, though, the false bottom. So you can't really just open it up. You don't necessarily, and it doesn't seem to be like an actual lock, like a key lock. It seems to be some sort of like combination type lock,
Okay.
And looking through there, I mean, you can definitely tell that it's been that the hag would use that because you can see like her, claw marks on it and stuff like that, So
To pick the lock, what are we looking at?
disabled device, I'm not sure what a normal disabled device is. Let's say DC 13 for right now. We'll look it up later.
On with a sleight of hand, or
I think it's just disabled devices, the name of the skill, right?
No, there's no disabled device skill.
that was 3.5 and 4.
Yeah.
Damn. Good call.
I would want to say that's probably probably sleight of hand. based on what I'm seeing?
Oh no, it's going to be lock or thieves tools. If you're proficient with thieves tools, you get to roll that and then add your in this case I'll say your dex modifier. So if
Okay.
you're proficient with thieves tools, you
I
can
am.
roll that. And then so that's what it is. It's a tool roll, not a
Okay.
skill roll.
21.
It takes you all of about 3 seconds to like put your thieves tools in there, pop the lock, and you open it up. Inside you find go ahead and actually what I will do is you find 2 daggers.
Oh yeah.
You find a ring. And you find a give me a second. Let me 2 daggers, a ring, and a little box. The box itself is about 12 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches deep.
What's in the box, or can I tell without opening it?
You can't really tell without trying to open it.
Okay. I'm gonna toss the box and the ring to Geist, who I'm assuming is the closest. Did Geist come down the waterfall, or was it Jason that came down the waterfall? Or did everyone come down the waterfall?
Everybody is in the cave.
Yeah, I think we're all in there.
I will
Everybody is in the cave.
toss
Everybody is there.
the box and the ring. The box to Geist and the ring to Drew. And then I'm gonna try and tuck the daggers away.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, Yick. Let me go to you. You
Okay. So I'm still,
basically your
Appreciate it.
eyes open up. You see these people around you.
and I see Yick. Well,
You see
Doppel-Yick.
your-
You see yourself.
you
I see
yourself.
Doppel-Lick. Or Doppel-Yick.
This Yick that's looking down at you looks absolutely perplexed. Like there's a look of pure confusion, and then you can actually see the transition from confusion to
Terror?
well. Give me an insight
Insight?
if you'd like. Yes.
Whoop, 7.
Okay. Yeah. Pure confusion on her face.
Well, then in that case,
What would anybody else be doing?
in that case, I still haven't put my sword or shield away. I'm not going to put them away. I'm not going to be aggressive
Well,
with them immediately.
Aren't you the one in the bed now, technically? So you didn't
You're
have
the
the
one in
weapons
the
out.
bed.
Oh, I'm the one
You're
in the
not-
bed. Okay.
You're the one in the bed. You're not the
Ah.
one with the weapons. You're looking up. You're the one in the bed. That is your actual character. Is the one in the bed. The one
Okay.
standing there was you got to play your doppelganger last session.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to look at my doppelganger and I'm going to go in a fairly loud voice because I would be just as startled as the doppelganger. What are you?
It's like,
the fuck is this guy?
it's like- and then Yick turns to those of you that are around. I will say everybody but Cade, and so like, what sort of dark sorcery is this? It must be killed. As she begins to raise her hilt, and you can see the hilt then turns into like a fire blade coming out of it as she holds it back.
The one that's standing up
it-
is this.
The one that's standing up and holds the fire blade back and looks down at the one in the bed. So like, it must be killed. The dark sorcery can't be allowed to continue.
Then I am going to leap to intercept and block.
Okay, well, I mean, she's not making an attack. She's just holding it back at the ready type
Okay.
thing. So,
Well, I'm still going to put myself between them.
yeah, easily you do.
Girls, you're both pretty.
So as I look around, at this point, I would look around, just to try and take stock of what's going on, and I would
Don't
see.
mind the rogue pilfering the supply closet.
I'm looking for any of my previous party.
You see basically, well, yeah, you see all three of them. You see the dwarf on the ground. There is a hole in his chest, roughly about where his heart would be. He is covered in blood. He is obviously
my
dead.
fault.
He's on his back. And you
We'll get to
actually
the assigning of blame for the dying of the dwarf
Yeah.
later.
yeah. And then you see the young mage by the body of water there, also dead. You can see his throat opened up, fully slit type thing, you know, blood all over the place. And then you see Errol sort of on the other side of the room, getting up. He's holding a scroll in his hand, and he looks a little worse for wear for the most part. But he's standing up. He's pretty well just down to his skivvies at this point. Like he has like almost nothing on. Like he's completely bare chested. He has like his underwear on, and that's about it. Maybe his socks.
Wait, is his name Earl or Errol?
Errol. ERROYL.
Nope.
I think that was one of our party members that did that.
No, I don't think that was us.
Whatever.
Wasn't me.
So at that point, I'm going to. I see that Errol's at least awake. He's the only person I recognize here. Errol, what's going on?
It's like he hears your voice, looks at Yek that's holding the sword, looks at you over there, is like, "What is going on? What is happening?" And then the other Yek is all like, "Dark sorcery is afoot, Errol. We can't allow this to continue, this to continue." And then Errol sort of replies like, he looks down at himself, looks over, it's like, "I'm not exactly in a position to do much
to intervene,
right
I'm
now."
standing here in my underwear.
I think we have these others to thank for our lives. Quick question. I'm going to
Yes.
Brandy, right? That's your name?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm just meeting
Yeah,
you
hi.
real quick. Hi.
Randy, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, Brandy. How are you? Nolan gave me a really quick high overview of just like the very stats of your character. What I'll do is I'll probably take you into a private chat here in a moment to talk about your character and see how to bring your character in. You can tell me a little bit about your character. But we'll get to that in a moment. I want to sort of wrap up this cave.
I'm
here.
kind of invested in this, so you can go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know I'm not ignoring you.
No.
We're getting there.
Kind of watching to see what the fuck y'all do because I do want to participate.
You have
also.
cheers in chat, Leet.
Good.
All right. So going back to that, we're back to the cave here. So just tell me what you guys are doing. You're not in initiatives unless you guys tell me you.
Well, last thing I did was throw the ring at Drew or Varus, and I threw the box at Geist. I need them to figure out what they are, I guess, because I don't have the ability to sort.
I want to figure this out, but at the same time, I've still got to figure out why there's two of these yicks or whatever they are. So
other than that, I'm gonna try now. You said there was an opposite desk basically, or was there only one workstation?
No, there's an opposite. So this is Aurora's basically, and there's one all the way on the other side that would have been Lunetta's.
Well, I'm taking the potions with me, and I'm gonna hop to the other desk while they try to figure out what's going on over there.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty wide cave. It'll take you. Like sure, like
It'll take me a minute.
yeah, it'll take you.
And I'm not in the best of shape.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
I want to figure out what's going on with these yicks. So I don't know what I can do. Investigate, inspect, whatever. I don't know, but I kind of want to figure out who they are and why there's two of them. So I don't know where I go with that.
Just tell me what you want to do.
Okay, well,
Start poking them with daggers.
I want to ask who remembers what, and I know Yik was with us, or this one that claimed to be Yik was with us while we were fighting, but
I'll ask.
okay.
Alas, poor Yik.
Which Yik? Okay, so you both, right? They kind of said, I don't know. What am I trying to say?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
The one's gonna try and kill the other. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay. All right. You know what? I give up. Yeah.
What about how about asking the one Yik with the sword how she knows that dark magic's afoot?
Right. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah. Hey, we'll start there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
It's Cade's walking by. It's like, why don't you have this?
Pointing it out, just like shambling by, like goddamn.
Okay, but give Todd all the pets because he deserves them.
Todd. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna ask. Well, how do you know that dark magic is afoot here? What gives you that sense?
She looks at you, and then simply just points down at the other Yik, more towards her face. Is that?
Do you not know this?
That the blood. It's like, what other explanation could there be? And besides, why does she have blood on her face?
Oh, I can answer that.
Now you chime in. Thanks.
I'm not turning away from the desk that I'm looking through, but I just yell out that I can answer that in a minute. I got attacked by these ladies. I'm gonna need some recourse.
What is this box? Is there? Can I get it open? What?
Perfectly safe. Just open it up.
That's why he tossed it to Geist.
I didn't ask to open it. I just said, is there a way to open it? I'm not gonna do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Latch or
Discernible markings, maybe.
I'm gonna laugh if it's a mimic. Just right on the face. Nah.
You thought you had treasure.
Teeth pressure going down.
Errol, what happened? Last I know, we were adventuring together with our fallen comrades.
Do you not know each other? These two that look similar? Have you never met?
Carol's walking over to basic to the food.
And I think John just went bye-bye.
Not the DM, no.
I heard the robot.
We've been here before.
Alrighty, chat.
Distraction,
You're about to
y'all
watch
have
the
been here
screens
before?
get freaking
Yep.
wild.
For the
Because as soon as
Story.
John disconnects, it's gonna change up a little bit till he gets back.
Yeah, last time John disconnected, his power went out.
Yeah.
So
you know.
Yeah, there he goes.
here he goes.
So that put a
I just don't
second.
know what to
Oh
do.
wow! I was looking at myself. in chat.
oh, he might be back. Hold up.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you need to figure this shit out. Like, who the hell is this person? I'm about to let her just stab you. Like, I don't fucking know what to do, man. Gotta figure it out.
Cool.
Pass
On
with
my own.
identification.
Got it.
License and registration, please.
What was I pulled over for, officer?
Unlicensed broom.
As we're over here, like, stealing all their shit, like, pretending like there's not two people in this room that were here before us.
Yeah, y'all don't give a
Fuck you.
fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got stabbed.
We know
okay?
that. We know that.
I'm
Owen. We know
entitled
that.
to some compensation.
I appreciate the ring too, man.
I should have put on leggings.
Well, there was a ring we were looking for, right?
Yeah, yeah. Very curious about this.
And the box seemed kind of magical since it was in kind of a hidden drawer. It just seemed good to give to the magic guy.
Been getting drunk and talking magic.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. It's Pandora's box. Don't open it, man. You know it is.
It's got the old lady's friend. I got this new magical wand. That's not a magic wand in the way you're looking for.
This strange string or wire hanging out of it. What is
Strange
it?
vibrations it gives off.
Good job, Beijing rolls. Bad. Yes. Right. I will.
And there he goes.
And
Gives up.
he'll be back.
Yeah.
No, the other one. You just.
Well,
said
luckily that only messed up one camera.
It. Yeah.
So, Brandy, you're playing a half elf as well.
All the
Apparently.
half elves.
I'm just.
So that's what, like, Vinny, your
3.
character's also a half elf?
Who? Me?
Yeah, Yick.
No, Yick is not a half elf.
Me, Drew, and
Brandy.
I don't know what Yix is.
Yeah.
Changeling or something.
You don't know
Bastard
what
is,
Yick is.
He's in the box.
Jump trap.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but I rolled a 20. Look at that
No,
shit.
you didn't. It was
That
on the
was a
floor. It
nat
doesn't
20.
count.
Totally counts.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
What is Bastard? I don't remember.
He's a drow. He's an elf.
He's a
Vinny's like a drow.
ranger.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a full.
Dark elf ranger, I think.
Came this close to Dark Elf, but I don't know. I
Once you go drow.
should figure it out. I want to feel this out.
What are you doing over there, James?
Oh,
Oh, he's
Putting legs
painting.
together.
You're-
not painting.
Oh,
I'm
you ain't
assembling.
painting right now? Oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
looks like you're working on something.
Model
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, he's doing some
Damn.
40K stuff.
Green eggs in him. I called that shit like.
I was painting him earlier.
Nice.
Frickin' Tau.
Yeah.
Fucking dope.
Boo Tau.
Giant robots.
Oh, wait, what'd John say? Sorry, my internet sucks. That's what
Alright.
John has, or that's what Toyama has
reset.
said.
Should have saved
Reset the router. All's good.
there.
There's 20.
Versus a 2.
No, but seriously, like, I'm about to walk out of this room. I don't want to deal. I want to go kill shit. I don't want to figure out what's going on with this
Well,
crazy.
back in a goddamn cave.
Needs to
Aren't you, like,
die.
dedicated to a
The
power
only
or
thing I
whatnot?
can do for you is and give you some light and
You know what? You know what? Geist is evil, right? Like, can you just deal with this? Like, you literally are. Like,
really is.
right. So why don't you just kill this
You're chaotic
chick
good.
and then? Yeah.
Who, the bard? Yeah, all bards are chaotic good. It's just their nature.
And there he is again. Let's see if he loads in. Let's see if the webcam turns on.
Maybe.
It's thinking. There it is.
Hey,
Yay!
Bye.
I don't know why this happens every
Welcome
single
back.
Thursday, it seems like.
Hey, it's
Cool,
the
dude.
same reason
Is there a
our
better
work
day of the week
internet.
for your internet? Because we can come back.
It's the same thing that happens at work. You know, every day at 8:30 to 9, the internet turns off.
Yeah, basically. It might be same here. That might be like it's reset time or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, where we stopped was Errol came over to the foot of the bed, basically looks over between the two different yicks, and so and asks both of you at the same time. Well, he basically just walks over and asks more or less out to the whatever. It's all like,
What are we? What?
what happened? How are there two of you?
I have no idea how there's two of us. I know I was
Sure,
traveling
bring
with
me my
you
drink
when we came across this area. That's
should
the
be, like,
last
have a
I
white
remember. I
flag
woke up
around.
looking into another whatever it is.
The other one's like,
Whatever it is.
this one is lying. I was traveling with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yick, whichever one is Yick. Tell me something about your traveling partner that only your traveling partner would know.
Errol is the finest shot north of the Everfrost River. And Errol's like, well, that's true.
Okay, something more specific. a good shot doesn't really mean much.
Errol's
And
our
Errol looks
party
at you and
leader
like,
to a degree. He's typically a ranger. We have our fights, but he leads the party well in combat. Oh, I feel so
Lead.
sorry for our wizard.
Past tense. Lead.
That poor man. He deserved better than that.
All right, those other two over there, what are their names? The two dead ones.
Whatever names you come up with, that's their names.
Right. Okay. All right.
Body 1 and body 2.
And Errol. And the other, what are the names?
So you're asking the standing one this, right?
Yeah, I'm asking both. I'm trying to figure
Okay,
out because
well-
Errol is our truth detector here.
We're gonna assume you're asking the standing one first, so I can load up a name generator real quick.
Sure, I'm asking the standing one first. You don't have to give me a name. Just say that you give me two names.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. She gives you two names. And
That's Bobbin and Poopin.
Yes, that's
worries.
that was Jim, and that was Toby.
Their names were not Jim and Toby.
Okay, and
Jim the wizard and Toby the dwarf.
Errol, which one is telling the truth?
So they both said that they're Jim and Toby. Yes.
I did not say it was
correct.
Jim and Toby. I said she's lying.
So there's only one possible solution to this: is that you must be a fake. I have all of my.
Hmm.
Then she looks down at you in the bed. So and immediately, just you can see well, anybody that's around there can give me an insight check.
Okay.
Other than
Still looting tables.
yeah,
Other than,
other than Yick, because she already.
Okay. 25.
Yeah, so it goes from confusion to a bit of, she's trying to prove herself, to where you can just see anger come over her, and you can tell she's the anger and fear. She is getting ready to strike. Because that's really it.
Need a strike, so I'm going to prepare to fight her if she's ready
Alright.
to strike. So
Roll your initiative.
okay. Oof. 2.
And while he's
Well, she
doing
rolled a-
that, and while
It's okay. She rolled a 1. So-
while they're doing that, I'm gonna finish out the dialogue just so that I can at least get the names out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Errol, you know that the mage was Kosid, or the wizard was Kosid. Datum was the other traveler with us. Where's Datum?
Errol is
And
true?
Errol looks over. It's all yes, I think it was.
All right. So
What happened? And yeah, no, she's attacking, but you beat her on initiative because she rolled a nat 1.
Damn, everybody beats her.
okay.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to mess her up then. I would like to.
Yick, what is your hit points and armor class when you're fully armored and stuff, as the standing Yick would be?
Well,
standing
that
here.
depends. Are you assuming I've already done my artificer infusions, or without those?
Whatever you did in the last combat, that would still be carried over to here.
That would be 16 with 38.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my.
Geist, are you doing anything? You're still fiddling with that box?
I'm just kind of standing there holding the
just
box,
playing with the
watching.
box.
You're playing with this
Thanks for the
box.
backup, guys.
You're like
Ow.
looking at it. You're studying it, and then all of a sudden the box opens up, sort of folds down, and then what appears to almost be like a cloth comes rolling out of it that's still attached to the box, and it rolls out for about 10 foot long, and then it sort of pops open and it's basically a canoe-looking thing that just rolled out of this little box. Basically,
a
it
magical pop-up canoe.
Looks like we have transport.
looks like this. So it goes from this little box to where it like rolls out to this boat.
A boat.
Sweet. Dude, we got
Sweet.
transportation.
Is
It's a
there any
portable
way to-
canoe.
Man. Oh, man.
Your boy
Okay,
is
so
a sailor.
Now
All right,
I've got
I
a
got
boat in
you.
front of me,
Yes,
and
this boat.
Varys is over there getting in
Yeah.
a fight, right?
Yeah, this boat is 10 foot long, about 4 foot wide, and 2 foot deep. It's a pretty big boat, and it has a pair of oars, an anchor,
I'm
a small little, a small mast, and a lantine
Going
sail
fast, man.
on it. And it
I feel
looks
like
like we could
activating the boat in the middle of a cavern was probably a poor choice.
There's water in here.
Yeah, we're gonna sail around the 20 by 20 foot square. Just
and it's just like a boat right here in the middle of the like you're just playing with it, and then all of a sudden this boat like rolls out. Poof, it's up.
I imagine it's like with one of those videos, those kids playing with like the inflatable raft thing, and they accidentally pull the drawstring.
Exactly.
All right, so memes though. I have that. That's
Hey
the only
guys,
way
it's a
communicate.
boat. I found a boat.
Is Sean in the chat?
All right. Have I made it to the other?
Yes, you have. You're looking around. You find you're looking around. Go ahead and give me your
Change?
perception, your investigate, whatever it is you want to do.
Investigate. 14.
Okay. You're looking around. You find another potion on this side. You also find a stone over here that is like a blue color. It's just sitting on top of the desk. You find some of her notes. The stone, like I said, it's blue color, but it has like some white markings on it, almost like it's like rune engraved or something. But can't really tell what it is.
Do the notes allude to it at all? Can I skim the notes and figure out what it is?
What languages do you speak?
Not many.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Halfling and human, I believe.
Okay. All right. So to your combat,
Common, halfling, and thieves' cant.
Varys, what are you doing?
I am going to kill this, or I'm going to fight this other imposter.
Just try to knock her out if you can.
Yeah, I would like to swing for her head with my warhammer.
That is
Alright.
not how you knock someone out, sir.
What?
How you knock someone out? Permanently.
Please define
Gently
knockout.
swing my warhammer.
Okay. You know what?
I'm just gonna
Okay.
gently tap her on the back of the skull.
All
full
right,
strength.
I would like to intimidate this imposter first. I would like to figure out. I am going to use my thaumaturgy and increase the sound of my voice
I swear to God, if you do that to me.
and make my eyes glow bright red. And
Yes, that's what he's doing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that. I'll do that.
All right.
And I'm going to ask her or it to tell me what she is and what her intentions are.
As you say that, the flaming sword comes down to attack Yik in bed. But Yik, what is your armor class?
16.
Dexterity roll. Yeah.
Wow, I need to get rid of this dice. She rolled another one on the same
No.
dice.
Every monster
So-
from now on rolls with that dice alone.
Don't say
She
that.
rolled-
He's getting all the bad ones out now.
She rolls with the one, or she attacks with the sword. And sort of like steps by Varys as she does so. Varys is trying to make this thing, and Yik, you laying there, sort of reach up real, just to sort of like almost defend yourself, but you catch her wrist up, and then you can see like her body just
moves.
her body like twitching, like her arms twitch, her like face starts twitching, and then you can see like her cheek beginning to melt a little bit, and below it you just see like the stringy muscles begin to sort of melt as like her eye seems to be like bulging.
Good. They're not supposed to do that.
So she's dissolving, or
She's
Becoming her true self. Time to kill this bitch.
time to
I'm gonna light your ass on fire. All right.
So at this point, am I considered to have to roll initiative as well?
If you would like to, or you can continue laying there. That's
Yeah,
up to
I'm
you.
gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Just roll over and get another 8 hours of sleep, boss man. It'll be alright. We'll take care of
18.
it.
It's what I should have done whenever he disappeared last time. Should have just rolled over and went back to sleep.
They'll be back. Don't worry.
Okay. What's your initiative?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
So you go first. It's going to go you, Varys, then Yik, unless Geist is also wanting to come in here, or he's just busy playing with his boat.
He's just too enamored.
I see the boat now. I see what's going on. So I'll go ahead and roll.
Look, ooh.
Okay.
He's been out.
17.
17. All right. So Geist, Yik, Varys, Yik, other Yik.
Yick number 2.
So Geist, what do you want to do first? Kate, I'm going to assume you're looking at the stone right now, and you're probably not part of this combat right away.
I can
Next
care less.
round.
I'm still trying to heal.
Okay.
I just like
Frickin'
look over, see the
rogues.
commotion. I'm like, yeah, that's their problem.
Frickin' rogues.
How far am I away from the Yick?
I am going to say that you are.
Well, considering I've
And-
grabbed the arm of the other
The
one.
bad one.
I'm going to say that you're at least 20 feet away. You could be further because the boat is at least 10 foot long. So since you're over there playing with the boat, I'm going to say that you're at least 20 feet away.
I'll just go ahead and cast it. Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Roll to attack or do your attack.
.23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Inch.
Oh shoot! I don't even remember what I.
Plus, so 14.
14 damage. I'm sorry, you say 14?
14, yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right, so you hit it with your Eldritch Blast, and you can see that when you hit it, basically its skin in the back, where it is covered with armor, like your Eldritch Blast doesn't hit like the armor that's there, but it hits like a soft spot on the skin. The skin turns purple as you hit it, and then it sort of like begins to droop a little bit, and it almost looks like slime coming down off of her back where you hit her with the Eldritch Blast. Yick in the bed. No
Yick in
one's
the bed,
looking at
yes.
Yick. So one thing you do notice
Yick
as you've
streets.
grabbed like her wrist is that her actual skin seems very sticky, almost adhesive-like as she's gone and attacked. It's almost you're not stuck to it, but you can tell that you probably almost are. If you keep holding, you will become stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't let go either, otherwise she catches fiery sword to your face.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the situation for you.
My
As you're laying there.
So I'm up on initiative right now then?
It is your initiative. You are laying down. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to stand up.
Okay. You basically stand up out of bed. I'm going
I'm
to
gonna-
assume that you're.
Yeah, try and push back, stand up.
Are you
Yeah.
are you standing up on the side of the bed that the other Yick is on, or are you sort of like going to the far side of the bed?
I'm trying to create space. So I'm gonna go.
So you're away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolling.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done that. And then I am going to use my bonus action to draw my hilt and go with.
She has.
Oh,
she
she
your
has
hilt.
it. Oh, so I'm unarmed.
She has. You're unarmed. She has
Okay.
your hilt. That's why I was able to do the flame thing. She actually has your equipment. You have whatever abilities you have.
Okay,
But
then
she
I am gonna
has
cast
your
shield on
equipment.
myself.
Okay. You cast shield on yourself. All right. Varys, this Yik has just sort of like moved by you to attack, and then it's like takes a half a step back, and you can see now that she's there, and you're almost looking her in the face. You can see her face sort of melting, and then the eyeball coming out, and then you can see like a purple extrusion coming out of the side of the face that almost is like tongue-like. It goes out and it moves a little bit, and then it like sort of comes right back in, and you can see that it's trying to fix itself.
Okay.
We call that a Zeech demon from where we come from.
So I know, I know. Last week I cast spiritual weapon. Can I do that again? Like, can you do that twice?
You're still in the same combat. It's just a spell, so
Oh.
as long as you have the spell slots, you sure can.
Yep. Then I am totally going to use my spiritual weapon, which is also a bonus action. So, and then I'm going to attack this thing
Alright.
with both. So,
Which one are you attacking with first?
my regular warhammer.
All right, so do that attack.
All right. So, well, I probably best if I just use
Are
the.
we still going for the incapacitate, Drew?
No, I'm totally killing this bitch. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to roll.
You
Why
just
won't it?
click
Okay,
on the
there we go.
weapon you want.
Yeah, it's doing it.
Feel
It's
the
doing it.
hate flow through you.
Quiet, Palpatine.
Okay, I rolled a 12 for my warhammer as the hit DC.
So 12 is what your after modifiers and everything.
Yep.
You missed,
Okay.
and then your spiritual weapon.
Yep, spiritual weapon. This is better because it's got a +6. Don't fail me now. 15.
That misses. So you do the spiritual weapon. It like hits the body, but the armor stops it.
Okay.
So after Varys, it is now Yik's turn. She ignores you, Varys, and then leaps over the bed to basically try to tackle other Yik. In the process, she drops that sword, and the hilt goes blank, and she's just basically lunging with hands.
With hams?
With her hand basically straight over at Yik.
She's using poultry products now. Run!
Yes.
Ham is pork.
I know it's the joke.
All right. She misses you as she goes over. She rolled better than a 1. She rolled a 2 this time.
Good luck against that 21 AC.
Yeah. So she goes over, and basically I'm going to say like she sort of trips over the bed as she goes,
It's caught
and
in
like
sheets.
lands. Yeah, sort of like the sheets end up like sort of sticking to her a little bit, and she goes and hits the ground and tries to stand up right sort of next to you, but seems momentarily discombobulated, like momentarily just like, oh, it wasn't her finest moment.
This is where you do the WWE people's elbow off the frickin' bed on her.
Yick.
Cade, what are you doing over there with the thing? You found the stone. Are you doing anything with it? Like, you can feel like there is a little bit of a pulsing energy in it.
Okay, I'm gonna set it down. I'm not gonna forget about it, but I'm gonna go through the desk itself and see if she also has a hidden compartment or if it was just the one side kind of thing.
Okay. As you set this down, you set it down. But when you set it down, I'm going to say you set it down probably not super gently. I mean, I know you're not like throwing it down, but
No, I
set
just
it-
gently just toss it back on the thing, kind of.
yeah. As you do that, it pulsates, and you can feel like this little pressure wave come from it. Boom. Then boom, almost like a heartbeat. Boom. Boom.
Uh-huh.
Now, Geist, what are you doing?
I'm going to tell my imp to pick up that hilt, that the one.
Okay. Yeah, she dropped it and it got sort of tangled in the
Bedding.
sheets. The bedding as she sort of went over it. So it's somewhere on the floor. Might actually be in the sheets itself, but you can tell she's not holding it. But yeah, your imp can definitely go over there and try to do that. I'm just going to have to pass a perception check first. You want to put the perception check DC 12 just to find it. As soon as the imp passes that, then it can pick it up. No problem.
So you said the stone was pulsating almost like a heartbeat, or was it just like?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
So-
now that you've put it down or sort of tossed it down, it's boom, 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 boom.
That's some Jumanji level bullshit right there. How far am I away
Yes.
from Varus?
Oh, you're all the way on the other side, so you're a good 60 feet away, 60, 70 feet away.
Not something I could just easily throw the stone at him.
Yeah.
Got you.
So is Geist in combat with us? Did he roll initiative?
Yeah,
Good,
he
yeah.
did. He's first.
He's very first. He's
He-
18.
I rolled
Yeah,
an
he
18
had
as
a-
well.
Okay, well, I had Geist go first last
Okay.
round, but
Because you're in bed. That's why.
yeah.
He wears sleep suit.
Sorry. You're next, Yik. So it goes Geist, Yik, Varist, and then other Yik.
Okay, so I roll.
Pulsating stone is cool, but I'm still definitely going to search the other thing before dealing with the pulsating stone.
What are you doing, Geist? Did you roll your perception
What do
for
I roll
your?
a 20 for that? Yeah,
Yeah, D20.
Okay.
Add your perception.
19 plus.
Yeah, so your imp sees it and it goes like it moves a sheet out of the way, picks up the hilt and then the hilt basically is just flying up in the air. I guess it would go invisible with the imp. So
It's
just
cooler if it
disappear.
doesn't. Magical hilt floating through the air.
but you still have your action. That was your imp's action.
Yeah.
do?
I'll go ahead and hit the non-Nolan Yik with another Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell the two apart now that this one's like partially seems to be melting, and you
Is
can
it
see that. And it seems like her skin is turning a purplish color. Like the more enraged she sort of gets.
Is this
Okay, I
Yik
got
number
a
1 or
19
Yik A?
Geist, what'd you roll?
It's a 19 to hit.
You hit. Oh yeah, I guess I should roll for Errol, see where he comes in at.
A new challenger.
Takes a 7.
7?
Yeah, 7 damage.
Alright, Yik. Nolan, Yik, your turn.
Do I see my sword get taken?
Make a perception check. DC 12.
19.
Yes. You
Then
see your
I-
sword disappear. Huh?
Okay, well,
You saw where your sword was at, and then you see it go invisible, like it just disappears.
Can I have my imp give the sword to him, or is that my
Sure,
action?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell my imp to give the sword to the good Yik. The one
Eh,
that's not melting.
I was gonna say, is the imp gonna know the difference?
So yeah, you're standing there, Yik. The sword disappears, and then all of a sudden, right in front of you, like almost like in your hand, the sword reappears, and then there's this flying creature that's super skinny. You can like see the bones in it, type thing. What color is your imp? Is it like a gray imp?
Black.
Red? It's black. It's completely black.
Whoa, it's an African American imp.
And it's like
All
holding
right,
this
we ain't going there.
hilt out. Yeah. It holds this hilt out to you, and it almost seems to have like a pleased smile on its face, but the smile is very unsettling.
I'm still gonna grab my hilt,
And you do.
and I'm assuming I
And
don't
then
have
my
my.
imp immediately flies back to me.
I'm assuming
Go
I
ahead.
also don't have my shield on me, because I'm assuming the other Yik would have the shield. as
Yes,
well.
it dropped it as well. Yeah, it dropped it.
Then I'm
So-
going to go to pick up my shield as well.
So you're gonna go move to basically go run around the bed to pick up the shield.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
as
you
I
grab-
pick up my shield, I'm going to use my bonus action to activate my lightning blade.
Okay. Yeah, it activates.
It recognizes its true master.
All right. Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm moving locations real quick, and but I'm still gonna.
Peace.
Cool. I'm making drinks.
All right, but so Nick, you've done that, and now it is Ferris, your turn.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna do this on the go, huh?
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just
that's
going
pretty
upstairs.
All right. Well, I still have my
John
spiritual.
advances
weapon.
20 spaces.
Y'all didn't know we were doing this in the real world too.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try and take a swing again with my warhammer and spiritual weapon. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
oof, nope. Well, that's not gonna hit. That's a 5. Okay, spiritual weapon. Come on. $17.
17 hits.
Okay, for damage.
What's your damage?
8.
8. Cool. Is that with the spiritual weapon, or was that with the?
That's the
Normal.
spiritual weapon.
All right. So you hit it, and it seems to do much of how I've described before. More of the purple skin becomes apparent. It's still wearing an actual armor on it, but you've hit it again, but it seems to be losing some of its humanoid features, to where now it almost looks like as you've hit it, like its arm. It didn't like cut off the arm or anything like that, but you hit it, and then the arm sort of like retreats back into itself, and it almost looks or it just sort of looks like it's part of it, like the arm shrinks back into the creature.
I mean, but okay. Interesting. All right. That's all I can do.
Can I pick the stone back up?
Well, I can do bonus actions, right?
Your bonus
Well,
action
wait.
was to attack with the spiritual weapon.
Oh,
Very
that's
sure.
it. I think casting a spell is a bonus action.
Well, casting a spell is usually a normal action.
Well,
However,
no,
the
casting-
weapon itself is, I know, a bonus action, but then to be able to attack with it each round is your bonus action. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, bonus action, spiritual weapon. Okay, yep, you're right. Roger.
I've run quite a few clerics. I'm familiar
Okay.
with cleric spells more than I am
Yeah.
with wizard and sorcerer.
Yeah, I was just looking to heal Cade if I could. But,
Cade's 70 feet away.
okay, well, sorry. Sorry about your luck then.
Fine. I do want to pick the stone back up since it was pulsating like after I set it down.
Yeah, so you reach to go pick it back up as it's pulsating, and then like this little spark of energy comes out of it, and then it, as you guys are fighting over there on the side, Yik seems to turn to attack Nolan's Yik, except for with an arm, like sort of almost out of the neck, a fist sort of like comes out of her neck and like elongates out to try to like punch her. Probably does not with an 11, but
Had Kurt wrestle it.
and so she misses, but then at the same time, all of you guys hear like this thunder boom and like this flash of light from over where Cade is at.
Oh, that's
And
good.
Cade, you feel this like little bit of lightning, or not lightning, but like this static shock type thing. You hear this thunder boom. Just go ahead and give me a con save DC 10. It's just to see if you're deafened for a round.
I get a bonus to that, I think. No, it's against frightened. Okay. 17.
Okay, yeah, so you're not deafened for a round, and the rest of you be deafened. And now the workbench itself seems exploded away, like whatever the stone was just blew up, and standing there is someone else.
Yet another Yik.
Who I will let her describe her character.
Come on!
I see Ghost over there. Come on, it's your turn. Come on.
Sorry about alcohol, though.
Oh, that's okay. All right, so did you hear it all? The setup of there, like this stone was pulsating as Cade like went to go retouch it again. A little spark of electricity comes out, and then like this explosion happens. The desk that he's looking at gets like blown apart, and then as like the debris clears, there's this person standing there. That go ahead and describe your character, and I'll tell you what you were doing just a moment ago before this happened.
Dramatic entrance. One none of us will forget. Came out of a freaking meteor
I'm
stone.
half elf, approximately 30 years old. I'll never tell.
A young half elf.
Yeah, that's a
5'4"
baby
in
half elf.
height, not huge. Got lilac colored eyes, light purple skin, dark purple hair. Dark purple hair. Tell me what you want. That's
Just a breakdown of your character. Do you have any like outward appearance besides the deep purple hair? Like, do you have a lute? Do you have any kind of sturf?
I don't.
What are you carrying? Do you know?
Someone filled the.
Okay, so
Hey,
we have this half elf.
Chocolate.
I'm assuming a female half elf or
Yes.
a female half elf with purple hair, with the deep purple hair, is standing there right in front of you, Cade. Like as this flash just sort of goes off, and then this, and all the debris of the desk is sort of around. Just a moment ago, what is your character? What is your character's quick? Brandy.
Great. What's your
What?
name? What's
What's
your
your
character's
Oh.
name?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Balloon. Brizo. Brizo.
Brizo. Brizo. Brizo. A moment ago, what was going on is that you're a bard, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Bardic.
What you remember is basically well, not necessarily years ago for you. It just happened. You were performing at this elven party or this elven event type thing. You were just one of the many different performers that was going on. It was at this. It was at a sun elf, or the sun elves were holding like this festival and everything like
The
that.
fuck's a sun elf?
Or
Is that
high
in
elf.
your
Because under the sun.
High elf.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, what's a sun elf?
A
I've
sun
heard
elf
of,
is,
like-
is from previous editions.
Okay.
But a high elf, essentially. And they're having this festival, and then all of a sudden, like this storm came rolling in, and you're still performing, and then the cloud or the sky goes dark, and lightning starts striking the ground. Everybody starts running a bit, and then the last thing you know is that there was this big bright flash of light, and now you're standing here in front of this person.
Halfling.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's where you come in. I'm not going to have you roll initiative yet to come in to this, but you've just come here. You're probably just as dazed and confused as.
Okay, so I don't really
Cade
know
would-
what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now back up to. Oh no, it's the other Yick missed already. So Geist, it's back up to the top of the round for you.
Okay. Well, immediately my eyes go to this beautiful purple half elf that's just popped up over on the other side of the room.
Yes,
I'm gonna set
it's
Yes,
Everybody-
yes, immediately.
everybody sees this. I mean, I'm going to basically say
It was
that
a
almost
bright
everybody-
flash of light. It was glorious, and there was purple all around me.
Just we're perfectly good
Yes.
fucking desk.
Basically,
Sorry.
I'm going to say that everybody loses like a round of the combat as like this happens, and everybody like turns and looks, and then you come back and you're in your round again. So everyone's like, "Oh God, what is that? Oh my God!" And now they're like, "Oh shit, we're in a fight."
How you doing,
Okay, so
bro?
we still
Team?
got Melty Yick attacking. Good Yick.
Yeah, because this melty Yick now seems to be missing like an arm. You know, this
Not
like
having a good day.
pseudopod thing came out of the neck. It's not even really looking like the face is melted so much now to where it seems to have like multiple different like red spots on it. Like the eyes have gone away, but now there's these red spots that almost look like the eyes. Teeth seem to be no. Teeth
Okay.
seem to be starting to protrude more around like the bottom of the neck and like the top of the jaw area. The more damage you guys are doing to it.
That's this with. I'll just hit it with another Eldritch Blast.
Absolutely.
This thing needs to go. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
We get 13.
13 damage.
Woo!
13.
Nice.
All right. Yick. Nolan Yick.
Yes.
Your turn.
Well, I am going to attack. I am going to swing my blade. There's now
Absolutely.
lightning damage.
Okay.
16.
It's exactly.
Alrighty. And I do 5.
All right. Errol's turn. So at this point, Errol is looking around, trying to find something to use. He grabs just a random piece of like broken something that's around. Is gonna
Broken
use it.
desk.
Yeah, broken desk.
I can throw my leg
No,
at a broken desk.
Actually, that'd be too far away.
Oh, don't worry, I'll
basically-
throw a piece at him.
He grabs the
Yeah,
canoe.
Nah, he was going to try to basically grab blankets on there and throw it over the other Yick's head or something like that. It's more like a net type thing. It'll just give for a disadvantage if it works. And it works. So he takes this blanket and basically throws it over her. And it seems to like stick to her, and she's like moving around, trying to like throw it off. And you can see like little protrusions of like little pseudopods coming off of her, trying to, but it seems to keep sticking to her as well. As he, did that, and now moves over beside you, Yick, and saw like, and then whisper, sort of says over to you, it's like, "Oh, I'm glad to have you back. Couldn't tell the difference for a moment, but I can tell you're the real thing now." He sort of laughs, a nervous laugh. Varys, your turn.
All right. Well, I would like to cast Scorching Ray. One of my.
All right, do so with advantage right now.
Sacred Flame is. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to do. Sacred Flame.
Oh, all right. She'll be rolling with disadvantage on the Dex save.
Okay. It's a 14 Dex save.
Yeah, she rolled a 5 and a 3, so she fails the Dex save. So do your Sacred Flame damage.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and then I would also still like to attack with my bonus action.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your Sacred Flame damage first?
5 Sacred Flame.
All right.
I'm assuming whatever we put on her is flammable. I don't know.
No, it's just a blanket or a
Okay.
sheet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
then
Now it's a ghost.
Yeah.
and then my spiritual weapon.
So since we made it a ghost with the whole sheet trick, does it take extra damage from holy damage now?
We'll find out.
Is a 17.
That hits.
Damage is. Mine's a little bit slower than Nolan's. Sorry, takes a minute. 7.
I'm impressed yours is slower than mine. I've only got like 6 different things running in a stream.
All right. So
Are you
as your basically what happens is that your Sacred Flame comes down from the top of it. It like hits this Yick that's in there, and you can hear like this guttural like scream, and then or guttural growl, and then your sacred weapon comes by. What weapon is it?
It was a replica of my Warhammer.
This warhammer comes by and sort of like hits like the middle of the blanket area. And then you could like see like big portion of like the middle of it sort of like go out almost like jello or something like that. And then like the whole thing just like crumples to the ground, and you can see like some purple goo coming out of the blanket and stuff like that. But whatever it is, it seems dead now.
I definitely want to go over and check out the pile of whatever is left, the purple goo. So
basically, Yick, whatever starting equipment you had is on this creature. So all your starting equipment is on this creature. So that's all that's left under the blanket. As this goo sort of like spreads out.
Well, I would very much like to get my starting equipment.
Yes, it is all there. And surprisingly, it's not that hard to clean off real quick. It doesn't seem like the stuff sticks to it a whole lot.
Would you like me to use my mage hand to get it for you? Yeah.
No.
Just clean it off.
Yeah.
Between your
So
mage
that's
hand
all?
and my spiritual weapon, we got this. Just kind of just get it away.
Yeah.
I would like to. I guess I'm still kind of like dumbfounded by the fact that somebody suddenly appeared after touching a stone.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Who are you?
Grab my strong hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm also very curious about this ring that was tossed to me now that we have a chance. So.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
my boat.
So I've gotten my equipment.
Fucking boat.
Uh,
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to remember that the next time you ask for something. I gave you a boat.
Ah, you didn't know it was a boat.
Can
Hey,
I
don't
take a
matter.
look at this ring before we move on? See what this thing is.
Yeah, what's your Arcana?
Ooh, not good.
So,
I'll go ahead and roll it though.
sir, as you know, my name is Yik. I can identify that ring for you.
Errol speaks up, is like, it is one of her specialties.
Okay. Well then, I will go ahead and hand it over to Yik to take a look at it.
All right, I
All right.
cast Identify on it.
You cast Identify on it. Yeah, you hold up your like little diamond that you have to, or a diamond or I think it's a pearl. And basically you like put it up to your eye, you cast Identify, and then looking through the pearl, you can see the
It has to be a
quality it's on.
diamond.
I think the spell calls. I can't remember what the
You
spell.
can't look
calls
through a
were.
pearl.
It's
That's
a
the
pearl
problem.
worth at least 100 gold, but it's a touch spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the pearl becomes like transparent. It doesn't use up the pearl. It's just what you have to use to like sort
That's
of look
weird, but
through
okay.
it.
Yeah, Identify is a really
And-
weird spell.
It is. All right. So as a ring, it is. I will tell you what. I'm going to give you it's going to be one of 3 different rings, and depending on how you roll, I will tell you
Okay.
which one it is. Go ahead and roll percentiles for me. Whoever wants to roll it, if it's either Yik or if it's Varus, whoever wants to do it.
It
I'll
should
roll
be
it.
you. She's the one identifying it, yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
Drew, you're going to love me or hate me. 100.
You got 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna love you for this. I mean, I don't know.
Like I said, that's a he will love me or hate me. I have never rolled a 100 off of off of D10s.
So with this one, let's see if it's gives a
I'm excited about
description of it.
this. Woo!
Is it, John, is it a homebrew or is it a regular item?
Right.
Oh, it's
Make it all-
because you rolled it's magical. It's a very rare item.
Well, no,
and it
but I'm saying,
need that
is
back.
it out of like the DM's book or something like that?
Yeah, it's DMG. I'm just looking to see the actual physical description of it is.
Okay.
So what you're able to identify it is that it is a ring of regeneration. So while wearing this ring, you gain 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes, provided that you have at least 1 hit. If you lose a body part, the ring causes the missing part to grow and return to fully functional after 1d6 plus 1 days. If you have at least 1 hit point the whole time.
I immediately cut his leg off the test.
The ring itself
You would too.
looks like this ring right here. So it's like a brown, has like leaves and stuff carved into it. But yeah, that's the look of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just because you rolled 100. That needed a 95 or above to get that one. So,
Yeah.
because those are crazy.
Yep. Sir,
I appreciate you.
this is a ring of regeneration. You are very fortunate that your friend over there decided to give it to you.
Yeah. I'm appreciative of both of you. Thank you.
I
don't know
wish,
what else-
bro.
yeah,
Kane.
there's a
real appreciated feel there.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Here, what do you want me to do? Toss you a gold coin or something? Here you go, bro. I got
And Drew, I've added it into your character sheet.
So just to let you know what the other 2 possibilities were: ring of free action or a ring of feather.
What's a ring of feather? Whatever.
Featherfall? It basically breaks your fall if you fall from a certain height.
Okay. Then I got super lucky. Hell yeah.
No, the ring of generation is by far the best out of all. The biggest chance was the ring of free.
Cool. Not to be rude, but there's a lady standing in the desk that I was trying to search.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So this all happens. This purple muck is now there. You get all your weapons, all your items back. You've identified this. Brizzo, you are standing there in this cave looking at these strange people that you have never seen before. Are you familiar with their character descriptions? Do they need to give you a description, or do you know what they all look like already?
Yeah. How did that go?
So that
My
would be a
character
we
description?
need to give you
Yours.
a character
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. So
Yes.
everybody,
So yes.
Introduction.
Who the fuck are you people? Excuse me. I was just singing and minding my own business, and now here I am. Why? Who are you people?
I'll let Will go first, I think.
Okay, well, when you look and you see me, you
Well,
see
no.
5'9", so he's about my height. Half elf, very pale white skin, pretty skinny, but middle, still kind of young, but 40 years old. So
Still
Good.
kind of young.
Still kind of young,
black
but 40
hair,
years old.
silver eyes.
Well, he is an
just
elf.
darting silver eyes,
I know.
piercing. And he looks a little, evil. Like, I want to mess with him.
Gray darting
you
eyes. Yes,
can
don't
kinda
trust the
see-
fucking half
you can
elf
kinda
on
see
my
in
left.
his
I've got
arms.
it.
You can kind of see in his
We're
arms
catching on.
where in the past he's channeled his patron Cthulhu, so he's got these kind of barely discernible suction cup marks up and down his arms that are fading purple.
Weird
Ah.
shit.
He's into some
Okay.
weird stuff, man.
Yep.
Don't ask about the section. It's
And
personal.
I'll go ahead and like snap, and my imp will pop out of invisibility next to me, kind of wave at her,
The all black.
and then immediately go back invisible.
That fucking
And I'll
imp, dude.
introduce myself. My name is Geist. I'm a warlock.
You being nice to me? Because I'm a stranger.
Aren't you guys like 30 to 40
Put a
feet away from me?
pole up.
Yeah, I'm screaming.
You were the first
D&D
person I
class would
saw.
you be?
So I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck you are.
First off, you probably would have seen like right over the top of me because I'm imagining you're like what, 6'1"?
I'm like
No.
4.
I'm a half.
Still would've
I'm a
seen right over the
halfling.
top of me.
Yeah, you'll see right over the top of me. I'm like
You
at
So,
the.
like,
probably
are you-
haven't
are
even
you
noticed
knee-high?
there's someone in front of you.
Yeah, I'm like waist high to you basically. I'm a halfling. Just a halfling.
Who
and like.
are you? Who the fuck
That's-
are you?
Yeah. Who the fuck are you? You exploded my desk that I was looking
No,
for.
fucking sucked me in here. I was just minding my own business in some bar, trying to like tell stories and shit.
Nah, you were in a stone. That's not my problem. You destroyed my desk that I was looking for.
You broke my
I
shit.
will. My character will actively like push her out of the way, like towards the group, like to continue to look through the stuff. Like that's not my problem right now. Like that is. I'm not in the mood for that.
I'm absolutely going to take note of this for future reference. I will probably sing a song where you're an asshole to me in the beginning of my introduction to you people.
Welcome. Yeah, but go ahead and exit the debris field.
Okay, so do
All right.
I feel comfortable or am I scared shitless? Because,
that's up to you. That's totally up to you how you want to be.
okay, two people have barely introduced themselves to me and I just showed up in a cave out of a stone.
Well, you are from a
Concerned.
world that is full of magic. So, I mean, these are. Now, this would be not an event that you're probably expecting. However, there are strange magics in the world. So, yeah, you just got to remember that this is a different world than what we live in because there's
Okay.
actual gods that interact with people.
Don't you
There's
question
magic,
my
there's all these-
imagination, okay?
There's all these different things going on. So, but yes, you're in this cave. You see this little halfling that sort of like pushes back, or pushes you out of the way. You like probably go forward a step or two, like what the hell or whatever. You see this other half elf over there.
Is he big enough to actually push me out of the way?
You feel a little nudge is about it.
Probably.
Watch this pass me and breathe.
What the fuck is that?
Okay.
And then you see this boat on the ground, and then like sort of at the end of the boat, you see
Stand by
just,
4 foot.
Just a waving
There's a-
warlock. Just,
On the water, is it in the water yet?
No, it's not even close to the
Alright.
water. It's just like in the middle of the
it's just
My
a floor.
boat.
cave.
This is my boat.
I'm a warlock. I have a boat.
You see my spaceship? You want to see my spaceship?
And then you see these other
Yes.
actually you see these other 4 people. You see Nolan's character. You see Drew's character.
introduce
Nolan, go ahead.
myself. I'm sorry.
Okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
okay. Hello.
Okay, who's
Hello, madam. My name is Yik. Sorry, I. Hello, madam. My name is Yik.
there? You go.
As I'm saying that, I allow my sword to turn off, and I resheath my
Are you just
or
waving your sword
rehilt
at her?
my
Just
sword.
Electro sword. Like,
Well, no, we just finished killing something, so yeah, I've resheathed my sword at this point. So I am. What you would see from me would be, and I actually need to pull this up. I'm about 5'7". I am female, blonde haired, that goes down towards just below like the shoulder blades would. Yeah, that's about all you can make out from that distance. I'm not fat.
I can tell that you are taller than I, blonde, and Yik is
And I'm
your
a female.
name.
Yes, and I am a female.
You've introduced yourself. Nice to meet you. I oblige.
And may I know your name?
My name is Brizzo. I have no fucking idea how I got here, but we're trying to figure this out.
That makes 2 of us.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and assume that you just showed you showed up in this cave just out of nowhere.
seems to be a cave of a bunch of forgetful
I
fuckers.
Right.
I woke up and I
I
was
just
here.
got
I
here,
was
asshole. I know your little hobbit ass has something about that fucking desk, but just still trying to figure out how I got here.
I woke up and I was face to face with that thing that tried to impersonate me. I was traveling previously with Earl and our poor companions.
And then Errol sort of turns and sort of like waves at you. Well, sort of confused. He's a taller human. His skin is somewhat tanned, sort of, but he's bald. But you can see that it's probably bald shaved. He's muscular, but like stringy muscular. You know, tall and lean and stuff. He's basically got no clothes on except for like a loincloth and socks right now.
Because we leave people with their socks, okay?
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as
but
it's not socks and sandals.
Yes.
mean-
and
Sock and Crocs, maybe.
yeah.
Yep.
That's really his description right now. I mean,
Then I will introduce myself. Yep. I am Varus Cloud. I am a half-elf male. I'm rather large for a half-elf, though. I'm 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere in there, about 190 pounds. I'm
Tall
young
baby
still,
bastard.
though. Yeah, I'm still young, about your age, around 30-ish. Brown hair, olive-colored skin, and you see me adorned with the emblem of Apollo, so you could tell that I'm a cleric.
I will be right back.
Alrighty. Yeah. So
Probably
I
like
will
5 to
wave
10
and
minutes.
introduce myself. I can tell that you have no malice intentions, so I will accept you into our group, I guess, if you care to join us.
three other people that you see dead on the floor in front of the lake.
Those aren't
area.
people, John. Those are dead bodies now.
Yes, you see two dead. You see two dead
It's not
bodies.
people, damn it.
One is a human, looking young man. His throat has been slit. Another one is a dwarf that's dead on the ground that looks like he has a big hole in his chest, like right where his heart is at, or was at. And then you see one other
Was
person.
that? There's a
Yes.
difference. Okay.
And then you see another person on the other side of the cave. Like you don't see him at first. His skin is completely black. He's an elf.
Will's character.
Yeah. I'll let Will
Swag.
Swag describe him more later. But what you do notice is that he seems to be over at the other desk, all the way on the other side, and he's pushing it off to the side. And behind this desk that he is now pushed out of the way, you can see like this door that has been made in the wall right behind it, as because he's making that scraping sound of the desk. And then he sort of like looks up and just like no one else seems to be noticing him doing that off in the background. But that's what you see from your perspective. You see all these people doing that type of, everything that they said, and then this guy way back there. Probably
Do I
wouldn't have seen
see
him.
anything like in this cave? Like what? I'm in the cave, obviously, but like, are there any exits? Are there any sources of light? Anything?
The source of light is actually coming from the little pond or pool of water that's on the ground. That's about a 20 by 20. Other than that, there's no light coming into this room. It's all radiant, like from the ground. Like the light is coming up and going out. So the shadows are sort of playing weird effects on the walls. However, you would recognize these caverns because you've traveled them before. But it's probably taken you a moment to realize it because
The shock of being stuck in a stone for another.
well, the shock of sort of coming out of
Put
this,
it into
and
light,
you-
okay?
and then you recognize like one of the ponds as a way pond. They're known as the way ponds that the 9 elven kingdoms were able to use to travel amongst themselves. And you were performing at one of the elven kingdoms, when that thunderstorm happened. You can assume that you were maybe struck by lightning, but you don't know.
Lightning or thunder?
Well, there was a big thunderclap and then like a bright flash of light, and then you were here.
Would you have
So-
been a bright flash of light than a
Same?
thunderclap?
Maybe
No.
it was a different.
Very little shit.
Physics.
And but you would know these are the way ponds that the 9 elven kingdoms use to travel amongst themselves secretly, without the knowledge of the other races. However,
Fancy.
you only know that because you're a half elf and you're performing there, and while half elves aren't normally allowed to use these, you were made an exception. Probably because you were traveling with some other elves at the time. So,
So, did the elves around me or the half elves, did they travel here from this light? Like, do I know how everybody got here?
So
how
we can
everybody got
explain
here,
that to
you have no idea how these other people got here.
Yeah, in our introductions, we can explain that to you as far as, you look confused and tell you that we are also just as confused as you. We saw you come from a stone. We don't know this Yik person, and we arrived here after getting lost in the woods, and we ended up chasing some hags into the water, and ended up killing them because they had malicious intent. And
I had thrown 3 people into the water, clearly to try and save their life, and
But they ended up here?
they ended up here. Unfortunately, I
And
didn't know
then
this was a
they-
portal to where the hags were, but we tried to
Right.
kill the hags before they could get these people.
So
No.
really,
Okay,
we
so
are
you had
just
people on the
confused.
floor do. Just kind of told me that the hags most likely fucking killed
Yeah,
them.
the hags killed them. Those
But we
people
have
are dead
taken care of the
because
hags. I think we are
the hags are
safe.
gone.
Hags are gone.
Yeah.
I've got Yik telling me that I can be befriend her?
We don't know who the hell Yik is though, so.
That doesn't matter. I don't know who the fuck any of you people are.
Nice to feeling earlier. I was brought up by a unicorn.
Josephine. If
The
we're being
halfling-
fair, the only person
Right.
that's really like, hey, by the way, like, it's all fine and good in this cave, is you.
I still
Makes
Yeah,
it feel any better. I was
so
dropped here by a
Introduce
unicorn.
yourself.
Yeah.
So Geist, this other half elf, myself, and Cade have traveled together. Yik, we have found recently. We thought
Cade
we'd
gave no
battled with her.
talks. I'm
Yep.
assuming that the only person so far that has been formidable is you. No? Yes?
Formidable?
Well, not
Formidable.
Like,
really?
friendly.
I just
Hospitable?
had a-
Friendly,
Okay,
like,
okay. What
you
is that?
introduced yourself.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's why I was confused. 'Cause I was like, wait.
I told you could. I told you you
Amendable.
could join our party,
Okay, so
Rizzo. I said you could join our party if you would like.
okay, so I'm gonna follow the person that is leading the charge here. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, well, I don't know who that is, but I said, please, I can tell you have no intent. Please join our party as we
Yeah.
try and find our way out of
Okay.
here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't trust any of the peoples.
I want to be over trying
Right.
to, since this is all more or less done, I want to be
Yeah.
over trying to identify the wall or like the rubble and see if
The
it's going to be something
hole
like.
in the wall.
No.
Go ahead and give me a perception check looking through it.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at the rubble blocking the channel.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Oh, over at the
Yeah.
wall. That
Behind the
room.
desk.
I thought you were talking about at the desk.
But
But
no, no.
Or not?
no. So you go over to that rubble that's blocked. You can see that it's that it was artificially created, like it was meant to come down. Like probably these hags at some point made the cave-in happen themselves. So you can tell that much, and it doesn't seem like it was effective enough to slow it down. However, you also know that you can tell just by looking around, because you dug through it a little bit near the top, that with a concerted effort of probably your entire group, you could probably clear this out in 2 days of
2
moving
days.
on.
What? Okay.
But that's what you can get out of it. I mean, unless you
Okay.
can think of
Even
some
with my
other
hand?
special way of doing it.
Okay.
Um,
And that's the only discernible entrance. I want to take a look around and see if I can way out.
then I'm gonna walk over to where
Behind the desk, though.
Cade
Did you
is.
use your-
What?
Okay. Yeah, he's over at the rubble, basically, sort of scoping it out. And you've got Cade, you got a really good idea of like basically how much rubble this is, how hard it would be, that it would be doable, but it is going to be some manual labor, and it's going to be a little while of manual labor.
I need dynamite. That's what I need.
Unfortunately, I don't have any dynamite with me, sir.
Yeah, that's about my luck.
However, do you have any info on this? I am an expert on infrastructure. I might be able to help and provide some assistance.
I think we should all take a wall and try and find our way out. Best way
Oh,
out.
I've already told you that there's
The
two
door.
other ways.
Yeah.
So one bastard is over there. He had pushed the
Yeah.
desk out of the way, and he had found like an archway, like behind the thing that has like a very basic. 'Cause I had him actually roll a nat 20 on his perception over there. And so he had pushed that out. He'd found this little alcove back there. He has not gone to inspect it yet. He seems to be
going.
over there by himself. And then, like I said, over on the other side of close to where the desk blew up, there was another passageway that seems to go, into more caverns.
I would like to go to the archway, and I'm gonna go hang out with Bastard and see what I can find over there.
You go over to Bastard. I mean, he basically looks at you and is like, "What?"
I'm going to this archway. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go try and see what I can find. I go in.
He gives you sort of like a raised eyebrow, and you're gonna walk into the archway. It's dark in there. You don't see anything.
I cast light.
You cast light, and what you see, you don't need a perception for this.
Okay.
This archway is not very big. I mean, it's okay. The archway itself is, 10 foot across, 10 foot tall, but it was behind like the desk and the, and the cabinetry there that he just pushed out of the way. And it seems to almost make almost like a perfect square. And then it opens up into this much larger room that, as you've cast light, that you can see that this larger room is about 40 foot across, 40 foot high. And give me a perception check.
Roll it on here. $18.
So, you see, the first thing you see is that at the back of the cave, or at the back of this room, as your light sort of goes, illuminates the area about 80 feet back, you can see like this mound of gold and gems and other stuff. But then, as you're looking, you can also see that there seems to be like little gold bits sort of like floating in the air in front of you, and that there's like this dagger that's in the air, and then something else sort of in the air, and then you like realize that they're not floating in the air. There seems to be like a liquid block in front of you that's a full 40 foot wide, probably 40 foot tall, that everything is floating within.
Like a
Okay.
gelatinous cube.
Exactly. Like one.
Hmm.
Except for a much bigger. This one's a 40 foot by 40 foot one to a 10 by 10 foot.
I.
Try and stick your hand in it.
No, I'm not gonna stick my hand in it.
Yeah. But it doesn't. I mean, like I said, it's just like you see this opacity and these things sort of like floating in there. But you can see like this huge like mound of gold coins sort of past it in the back there. And there's like different things like floating in the air here. Like you see a shield sort of like floating inside of it. You see, like I said, the dagger. You find a few different things as well.
Okay, well, I would like to. Shoot, I want to touch
Yeah.
it. Sorry, not touch it, but I mean, I want to stick something in there just to see what happens.
We could use the boat.
I can use the boat.
I have a boat.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot. Can I shoot a crossbow into it real quick?
You can
Like,
try.
or my bow into it and see what happens?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot my bow into what looks like this liquid.
You
could
shoot
just-
your bow. You don't even have to roll to hit. Just
Okay.
goes in, and like it goes like this thing like goes like 5 feet from you, and then it like sort of like stops and it like goes in like very slowly. Like this thing is much closer to you than you probably initially thought. You thought you had like 10 feet to it. It's like 5 feet from at this point. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh, what have you done?
Okay. 10. I rolled a 10. Man.
Okay.
I'm in trouble. Shit. Help! I found gold, everybody.
What is your
Lots of
friend
gold.
screaming about?
Shot something at it. Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I yell gold, everyone's coming. Just
So-
saying.
Yeah. So he yells gold and help, whatever it is you yell. Right.
Yep.
Sorry, I was writing stuff.
I am. No, I am. Gold, help. Lots of gold.
And
I'm gonna rush in there to help my lifelong friend.
so you guys start running that way.
I'm gonna
Well-
stroll. I'm not running.
Yeah, I'm just
Alright,
kind of
well-
following along with Cade.
Oh, come on, I'm running.
All right. So Geist is the only
Appreciate
one
you, man.
running.
Appreciate you.
Varys.
Gaston, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Your turn. What do you want to do?
Well, I rolled initiative. I don't know what this thing is, but
You know that it doesn't like arrows.
you know, let's try fire on this thing. Let's try fire. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame. I think it is.
Okay, roll your
Sacred
damage.
Flame.
And while he's doing
Okay.
that, Cade, what
Yes.
what languages do you
6.
speak again?
Roll a 6.
Common, halflings, and thieves can't.
Okay.
You rolled 6 damage.
Yep.
All right. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you Sacred Flame hits it. Seems to might have done damage. It's hard to say. Because it's a very large 40-foot by 40-foot cube of
Right.
something.
Huge cube.
Who knows what the hell ever it is? Yeah.
Everybody hates
Geist, you'll be getting there at this round. This thing. From this sort of transparent block in front of you, there is.
Is the block moving forward?
I don't think an 8 hits you, but does a 22 hit you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Me.
19 armor class.
All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
mine's like 13, so.
Damn it.
All right. So how that?
I'm gonna cast
Purple
light
thing.
though.
How? No, you already have cast light.
Yeah, no, but I can cast it as a reaction anytime.
Light.
Or warding flare. I'm sorry.
The warding at flare. All right.
Yep.
So,
Another light, 2 lights. Maybe you can confuse it.
so you cast your warding light or whatever it is.
Warding flare.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. This I'm gonna call it a pseudopod, basically, like this little block of it sort of like comes out. One like goes out, like it sort of tries to hit you, but it goes off to the side. And the other one like hits you like square in the chest. You take 10 points of acid damage as like your chest is starting to burn a little bit.
Dang. That sucks.
You didn't need that chest hair.
Hey, John, was that with the disadvantage on that attack roll?
It hit him.
Okay.
Okay.
That
I
one
was just
attack, you rolled
wondering-
a 3 and a 22.
Yeah, but warding
No,
flare
no,
as
no.
a reaction imposes
It
disadvantage.
only if it uses sight.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Because it says that can be blinded. Sorry.
Yep. Dang. Okay. I'm in trouble now. I got greedy. I'm in trouble.
So yeah, you took 10 points of acid damage. By the way, you have not had time to attune to your ring of regeneration, so you don't get that
Okay.
benefit yet. That takes you have to
Roger.
actually attune to that. At this time, it goes back to the top of the round. Geist, you were the only one moving there in a hurry. Roll your initiative to see where you come in on this round.
Okay. 20, nat 20.
All right, so
Man, I was really worried about you, Ferris.
I
Got
appreciate
here quick.
Because
all right.
I'm in trouble.
So you go running over that way. Get to like this like entranceway where Bastard's at, where he's like taking a step back. He's just sort of, like looking at Varys in there. You can see that Varys has a light source, and give me a perception check just to even see if you see this thing, because it does have some opacity to it. You just need a perception DC 12.
No. Got a 4.
A 4. So you run up there.
4.
You see like Varys is called out for help. And the gold. You run up there and you basically see Varys, and you see this huge like mound of gold at the back of this cave.
I can tell him what I see at any time, right? Like that's the thing. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but that's just what he sees as he goes
Yeah.
along there. Well, he
Yeah.
doesn't, because this thing
Yeah.
is somewhat transparent.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and he probably doesn't see the floating objects in it yet. He probably just sees that gold.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at Varys and be like, "What's going on? Why are you screaming for help? Like, what?
Why you being such a bitch?
It looks okay in here to me. Like, what's going on?"
I like money.
He just needs help carrying all this gold that he
I
found.
mean, if he asks me, I'm going to tell him that there's a blob, something that attacked me. I'm hurting. I could see that there's objects floating, and whatever this is, it's
Varys, it's your turn to act. You're describing this to him, but now it's your turn
It
to
touched
act.
him in his no square.
okay. Well, I don't know how much time's elapsed, so
10
I
seconds.
think I still have my spiritual weapon.
Sure, why not?
I would like to cast Sacred Flame and hit it with my spiritual weapon.
Sacred Flame hits. Go ahead and roll to hit with your spirit.
Okay, I'm rolling the damage for the Sacred Flame real quick. That's
Gotcha.
4.
Okay.
And then the spiritual weapon. Sorry, I don't know what the heck's going on. It's being slow. Okay.
Technical
Spiritual weapon.
difficulties.
Don't judge me. A 22.
You hit.
Okay, damage would be. $10.
Okay.
Can I ask an obviously but dumb question?
Yes.
Is the gelatinous cube advancing, or was it just like defending itself?
It just seems. Well, I mean, it hasn't moved forward yet. It seems to just be there.
Got it.
At that point, it's its turn.
No.
There are 2 bodies there now, so it attack each one of you. First one will be on Varys. An 18.
Nope. I'm a 19 armor class, so.
All right, and then the second one is a 17 hit Geist.
Yeah, that hits.
Oof.
All right. You take 10 points of acid damage.
Oh shit.
And then it's back up the top round. Geist, you're just standing there. You see this gold back there, and he just starts describing stuff. And then at that point, you sort of like look around. You see these things floating in there, and then you just get hit in this chest by something that's somewhat transparent. But then at that point, like you can see this thing hit you, sort of like in that movie The Abyss. Like this like pseudopod type arm or block of something comes
There's
out.
a
like,
head that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a-
It hits you. You're very aware now that this thing is there.
But there's something in the room.
Sorry to drag you into this, dude. My bad. Welcome to the shit show.
Okay, so this thing just hit me.
Yes.
Ground.
10 points of acid damage.
10 points of acid damage. Okay, I'm gonna use my hellish rebuke reaction.
Okay.
Let's see. Creature must make a dexterity save.
Okay. How much damage do you do? I guess I should give it its dex save, but chances are it's not.
If it's what I think it is, it doesn't have much dexterity.
No, it has a 3 dexterity.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
It's at a -4 to its dex.
Oh, wow, that's late. 11.
11. What sort of damage does that do?
Fire.
11. All right. So, I'm also going to say that at this point, Brizzo, Cade, and Yik, you can all three sort of be getting there around this time if you were going in that direction.
So
Okay, they're running.
I'm going to cast
Welcome
message
to the
at
party.
Cade.
I couldn't hear what you said. It just beeped when you were talking.
I don't know. Yeah, I heard the beeps too. I'm going to cast message at Cade.
Okay, we're gonna put you guys in initiatives just to see
Yeah.
how things go here. First, go ahead and roll your initiatives, all three of you. Brizzo, Cade, Yik, roll your initiatives just so I know where you come.
16 for Cade.
I got an 8.
And Brizzo, what's your initiative?
+4?
So you gotta roll
Right,
first.
yeah.
Right.
15, 19.
15, 19.
19.
All right. All right. So after Geist, Geist, you, like I said, you got hit. You did your hellish rebuke. Now it's your turn, Geist.
Now it's my turn again.
Yeah, it's your turn. Actually,
my
because
turn.
that was a
'Cause that was
reaction.
a reaction. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And let's see. That's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
That's 8 damage.
Cool. After Brizzo, it is your turn. You've started walking at least towards this entryway where you can see just inside this 10-foot archway, there is both Geist and Varus standing there, and you've now seen a couple of spells
Did I
go
see
and
them
hit
get
and hit something in the air, but then you see like this wobbly, like almost like mirage looking movement in the air as they hit something. I'm not going to make you guys have to roll perceptions at this point because there is damage being done to it, and it's now sort of looking like waves, like when you like hit surface of the water and there's some waves when they or ripple effects on it. But there is this large semi-transparent cube, just 5 feet in front of them, that they're blasting with spells. And I'm gonna say you haven't even got into the entranceway yet. You're 30 feet back. So what would you like to do?
Can I approach?
Absolutely.
I want to approach and see what's going on between Varus and Geist.
Okay, you walk up there and you see them basically. Well, what you see is that you see at the back of this cavern, that is a good 40-foot wide, 40-foot tall, probably 80-foot deep. That all the way at the back of the cavern, you see this huge mound of gold coins and gems and stuff like that. You see like this sort of like rippling looking air in front of you that almost looks liquid like, and you can see that Geist has just thrown a magical Eldritch Blast into it, which sort of looks like a little black spear that comes out of his hand and goes into this, and it hit this thing, and then it sort of like gets engulfed by it. But you can see that it, made like a rippling effect on this big cube.
So the thing was aware that it was being attacked.
Probably at this point.
Well, if it's retaliating.
What would you like?
Are Geist and Varus still aware? Are they still upright?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're still upright. They're standing there,
Ew.
casting spells, attacking this gelatinous wall in front of them, essentially.
Maybe a bit foolish, but it'll be alright.
Can I do a suggestion?
Is it,
You can talk
mean
to
the,
us, for
you
sure.
mean the spell suggestion, or are you talking just like suggest something to them?
Suggest one of them to approach gently, kindly,
Oh, we've kind of already
and
like
move to you.
watched that shit.
That's what I did. Is I approached you too, and you're just.
Yeah. So basically, this.
So
thing
am
look-
I within reach?
This thing looks. Yes, you can move up to within reach. This thing looks like this, except for you can't see the edges or anything like that because it's all the way up against like the wall and the ceiling. So you can just sort of like see
Fills the
little
room.
part. Yeah, pretty well fills the room. And there's certain things like floating inside of it now that you're paying attention, and but you can also, like I said, see all that stuff back behind it. And Guy's boat is still open in the middle of the room.
Alright.
Just as a. You never closed it.
Hey, Varys needed help. I didn't have time to close my boat.
So are you using the spell suggestion, Brandy?
So at this
No.
point, I know you're brand
I'm
new.
kind
I-
of just kind of looking through and each one and trying to decide what would be like functional for the situation because.
All right. So as a bard, I know you're brand new to the game, so I'll give you a little
Right.
point.
So
You have
inspiring people.
you have a few options as to what you can do. They're called actions. You can either physically attack with a weapon. You can cast a spell of some sort, or you can use one of your bardic abilities. One of the things that you can do is give bardic inspiration, to where you can designate someone, and then they get like an extra D6 on
Bonus.
one of their rolls or something like that. I'm sure you might have some other abilities that you can do, but those are the ones that you find right away. At this point, what sort of weapon do you use? Do you know, I don't know what your starting equipment is. Do you use like a rapier? Do you use a
Rapier.
bow? Okay.
Right.
So one thing, you could take your rapier out and attack this thing. You could
I
cast.
don't really want to attack
spell.
it, considering that's not really working for the other members of our crew.
No, and that's fair enough. I'm just saying that these are the types of actions that you can do, or you could just take a few steps back and watch. I mean, you have whatever you can think.
I
of
think
to
I
try
want to
to
just
do.
sit back and observe for a minute.
All right, so you walk up there, you like look around, you see this thing happening, and then you're like, I'll take a step back, and so I'm gonna say you go back about 15 or 20 feet back
Okay.
out of the archway, looking through. Cade, it's your turn.
How far from the archway are we?
It depends how fast you want to move. If you're just at a leap walk, I'm gonna say you're still 60 feet away. But if you were at a brisk walk and all, you're like 40 feet, or even 30 feet away, depending on how fast.
I want to stop at about 40 feet. I don't want
Okay.
to get too close to what looks to be a head deal. I guess I want to ask what they're doing. Because it kind of just looks like they're flailing around, probably from where I'm at.
Probably.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah. So. Cade,
Okay,
you're
yeah.
asking something,
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
and then Varys, it'll be your turn next after Cade. But still, Cade, it's still your turn. So. Yeah, and you can see that Bastard's taken like kept walking back a little bit. He's watching stuff, but he's not actually partaking.
A
And
little out of character.
yeah, and same with Errol. Errol, and he has no
Cool.
weapon, armor, or anything, but he's seeing what's going on, and he seems to be looking around for something to help with, but he has nothing because everything was taken from him.
Cade?
He asked yeah, basically just asked, what are you guys?
Okay, so he's waiting for me
So-
to tell him?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Varys.
I was waiting
Yeah,
for you guys to
well,
answer, like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
no,
You
no,
guys
no,
were like,
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanna tell him exactly what. Gold, I saw a bunch of objects floating. and then I noticed that this gelatinous cube was there, and I wanted to see how it reacted to my action. So I fired an arrow into it, and it started attacking me, and it fucking hurts. So, bro, please help me out here. Let's kill this thing.
Why don't you back away first? I mean, you attacked it. It was just standing there, right? You just shot an arrow into it.
I mean, I thought it was an inanimate object here.
Okay, but I mean, is it moving towards you?
No, but it attacked me.
Well, you attacked it first, yeah?
So, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Varys,
Okay.
Your turn, Varys.
Okay. Well,
No, I understand. I'll just drink on it, okay?
I am going to shoot. I guess I'll still cast my. Actually, no. Ooh, I want to do this. I have more spell left. I want to cast. Where is it? Flaming Spear. Or
Okay.
Sphere.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it get a
So-
save of any sort?
Well, what it does, it creates a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire that occupies a
Sphere
space
or
of my
spear?
choice. Sphere, a ball of fucking fire. Okay,
A
sun.
globe. A globe of fire.
Yes, a globe of fire. All right, yeah. So, and any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the, put it right next to this thing, has to perform a dexterity saving throw and takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed or half as much on a successful.
Okay.
And I can also manipulate the sphere if I feel like it as a bonus action. So
Okay. So you cast this. It gets a what sort of save? Dex save?
dex save 14.
Okay, you hit it.
Okay. Well, on the end, I guess it's at the end of its turn, or end
Okay.
of its turn, it will take.
Okay,
So I guess we'll hold on to that whenever it's got its turn. So.
gotcha.
But my bonus action still takes. I still can do my bonus action, right? My spiritual weapon.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna take my swing with my bonus action.
Yeah, okay.
Roll a. Bear with me for a second. 24,
That hits.
and damage is.
Yeah, boy.
That's right. Don't you dare. Whew, it almost rolled a 1. A 7. So
7?
3 plus 4. 7.
7. All right. Yick, it's your turn. You're probably walking next to Cade, so I'm going to say you're 40 feet away because that's where he said he wanted to stop at when he asked this question. So I'm going to put you at 40 foot away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that puts you 30 foot away from the archway, the 10-foot archway. 40 foot. The cube.
So I have a question on a spell message.
Okay. You can send it and they can reply.
I'm assuming the target has to be sentient to reply.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Converse
I mean-
with a cube. The Borg
Well, that's
cube.
what I was gonna try and do.
I mean, you can send the message to the cube.
So okay.
But,
Well,
I mean, it doesn't mean that it's going to respond or even
no,
know what you're doing.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna just go in sword swinging.
Does D&D have a version of Borg
Hear
cubes, I
about the
guess?
killings.
I don't know.
Okay. So as my bonus action, I am going to draw my sword and activate my flame crystal, or activate my flame blade. So that's
Cool.
my bonus action. So now I'm ready if something happens, and then I am going to cast message at the creature.
Okay. You cast message at the creature. What are you saying?
I understand that you feel under attack, but if we pull back, will you keep attacking?
All right, gelatinous cube attacks the two that are there. You get no reply.
Hey, it's worth trying. You know,
that
stranger
went so
shit's
well.
happened.
So Varys, I don't. Okay. 11 doesn't hit you, and then 18 doesn't hit. Geist. That. All right, Geist. So this time, now that you guys have hit it a few times, an extra arm seems to come out to attack. So you guys were each getting attacked once. Now you each got attacked twice.
Well, then I want to use my flash shield attacking me again. And
Okay.
make an attack at disadvantage, so
It
I can do that.
It doesn't care.
Yeah, but the what it says for flash shield, all I knew was 2 times per day disadvantage strike. That's all I knew. So that's all it says.
Okay.
Okay.
You do your flash thing. It misses you both times.
Sweet.
However, the first one sort of like goes out and it misses Geist, but then the second one hits Geist, and then it actually seems to grab Geist. And Geist, you need to make a strength check, or you're being put into it, and you've taken 10 acid damage.
Strength check.
Yes.
Okay, so I roll it.
Hope you didn't skip leg day, Mr. Warlock.
Because it rolled a crit hit, but it doesn't do crit damage. Its crit is actually a grab instead of it.
A grapple.
-1. So, an 8.
Okay, so you get hit. You take 10 damage from the impact, but then like this cube or this gelatinous stuff, sort of like you get like enveloped in the hit, and you can feel that it goes sort of around you, and then you get like pulled into it as the arm of it pulls back in. And then all of a sudden, all of you see basic Geist lifted off the floor and pulled into this cube, and now he's floating in the cube at about 5 feet in the cube.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Well, it's the end of its turn, right?
Oh, it is the end of its turn, so now it's Geist's
So I could
turn.
I could also do my flaming, right?
Okay, yeah, you do your damage.
5 feet.
Yeah, it does this damage. So I got 9 damage for my flaming sphere.
All right.
I can pull you.
So Geist, it is your turn.
Swim, guys, swim!
Yeah, am I stuck in this cube? Can I move at all?
For one thing, you can't breathe in here because it's just. However,
You're in Jello.
Get that hand to mouth. Do this.
Hey, Drew, what's that Futurama one? The Futurama guy.
Which one? Hold on, what? Huh?
The Futurama guy that
talking about?
swallows people.
Oh, Mr. The Blob.
Yeah, you're in the Blob.
That's his name.
You're in Blob.
Yeah.
okay. So.
You've got a future around here, Evans.
All right. The situation that it says is the engulfed creature cannot breathe. You are restrained. So whatever restrained puts on you here, and you take acid damage at the start of your turn while you're within it. So
You gonna die.
Oh man,
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm gonna actually roll as opposed to doing the set damage. 'Cause I think the set damage.
Yeah. It ain't good, Will. It ain't good.
Well, I rolled one less on the rolls as opposed to the set damage, so you take 20 points of acid damage.
Ooh,
I am.
While you-
you're at 2.
And now it is your,
No, you
It
should
is
be
your
at 2
turn.
damage
huh?
because you took 10. You took 10 points and then 20 points, right?
I took
Yes.
10 and then 10 and then now I just took 20.
Oh, then
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So I had 12 health. I just took 20 damage. So
All
I'm
right, so
unconscious.
he is unconscious, floating in this cube. You don't need to make a death save yet. That'll be your next round because you'll automatically fail because it's going to do damage to you. However, so you got 2 rounds, because you'll automatically fail next round, and then you'll automatically fail the round after. But you are unconscious right now in this, floating in this cube.
Lovely.
Brizzo, it's your turn.
Good times,
Can I
everybody.
cast Thunder Wave
Yeah.
on the cube?
All right, so Thunderwave, basically the way that Thunder works is, if it's a spell that I think it is that it's a 15-foot,
Cube, but it pushes out.
but it's centered on you. Basically, you this, and then all around, behind you, to the sides, 15 foot, like this big, like concussion blast goes out. So it's centered on you, so you'd have to get within 15 feet of it to basically do that.
I'm only 10 feet away currently.
Yeah, I'm just saying you absolutely can. However, Varys is also 15 within 15
And
feet
it will
of you,
push him also.
probably into the cube from the direction that you're at.
You can absolutely do it.
So how mad are you at me?
I just met you, okay? Like, to be fair, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I only have a few things that I can.
You could also do vicious mockery.
To the cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not require understanding.
Okay.
Also, if you have a healing spell that you can do from a range, like
What
I don't
cure
know,
wounds
healing,
is about the
healing,
only other option that we have here.
But that's a
well,
touch.
I know. but
yeah,
healing
I
word is
don't
60
want to
feet.
fucking stick my hand into the goddamn cube for 5 feet and figure
I
out
know.
how bad that hurts.
Well, he's not a full 5 feet in. He's just in the 5-foot block right there. So he's probably only like a 1.5 or 2 foot in or something like that, within arm's reach. But
Could I do suggestion? Oh no, because that fucking this thing's gonna attack us either way, right?
think so.
Yeah, I think so because it hasn't exactly been kind to us thus far. About the only thing that I could do is vicious mockery, I think. I can't reach him. Okay, well then we'll just do cure wounds. We'll try that.
well, cure wounds, you're gonna have to reach in there to actually
That's what
touch
I'm.
him.
Right, I have to reach it. That's
Drew's
what he
not in
just
the
said.
queue.
I thought.
I'm in the queue.
He's saying
So I
cure
guess
wounds
you
to
could
Drew.
me, yeah.
Try and cure wounds Varys then.
All right, so you're gonna go up there and you're gonna reach into the cube and try to grab him and cast cure wounds.
No, me. I'm not in the cube.
Varys.
Oh, Varys. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking by my mistake. All right. So yeah, you can cast Cure Wound on Varys just fine. Roll your healing, which is, are you doing Cure Wounds or Cure Moderate wounds?
1d8.
All right, D8 plus.
No,
Your
don't
modifier.
Yeah.
trust your fuckery.
Go, buddy.
Super.
Will, don't hate me, man. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Could have backed up when you had the chance.
Yeah, I mean it hasn't moved forward at all. It's been just standing.
Stationary.
Moved. It's just been
Yeah.
occupying the
Do you
space in this room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what its reach is. I don't know any of that.
You never tried to find out what its reach was. You guys just stood there and kept like taking the attacks, like something smack, 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 attacking, smack, 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 me.
What is Varys' health at?
22 of 32. I've only taken 10 damage.
Yeah.
No. Okay, first level.
First look. So he gets
8 back.
6.
Yeah.
6.
And Kate, it will be your
Are we
turn
counting
next.
correctly?
yeah, he gets 6.
6 back. 6
All
back.
right,
Wheat.
Cade, what are you up to?
Thank you. I live to
You're
fight
welcome.
again.
I don't have anything I can use to help pull him out, unfortunately.
Yeah, neither do I.
Hmm.
You have an arm, don't you?
Yeah, I could totally do that.
Little stubby halfling arm.
It's not gonna be of much use to get to you, homie.
Yeah, how far in is he?
Like 2.5 feet or 2 foot. He's within arm's reach. He's in the 5 foot square just immediately. So I mean, he hasn't like sunk all the way in like 20 feet or anything like that. He's just right
move
there
in.
on the
Oh, I
front.
got an idea. I wonder if this will work. I've got a plan.
Originating from.
Okay.
Right.
I want to get to be within about 25 feet of the wall.
You're
So
absolutely
with like no like menace or anything. And I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and Crab will like by the ankle or the belt.
It's
Clever.
Mage Hand's not. Mage Hand can only move up to 10 pounds of stuff.
Okay.
Just so you know, like it has a weight limit of like 10 pounds or maybe even less.
It's
It can
10
carry
pounds.
Yeah, it says carry more than 10 pounds, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have, well, I don't know if that's gonna work very well, but I have rope. Can I make it carry the rope to him?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll do that. He's unconscious though, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to tie it around me.
Yeah. Can you manipulate? You can manipulate objects with Mage Hand, so I can use it to tie, kind of, or loop it
Are
around.
Are you an arcane trickster?
I am.
So yes, you actually have great manipulation with your Mage Hand, as opposed to wizards who only have
Just like moderate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you could definitely take the rope and try to tie it around them. What type of rope is it? Hemp or
It's
silk?
whatever the standard like
I
traveling.
think it's a
rope.
hemp.
It'd be
a
hemp then,
rope.
yeah. So it'd be
yeah.
something like corrosion resistant, but it wouldn't be like, I guess, like super acidic resistant.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what the hit points for a hemp rope are because it might start corroding as it goes in there, or it might last around. So you might get one pool with it. So
Yeah, if we have a raspberry, that'd be fantastic.
all right, but yeah, it goes in there. Your Mage Hand. I'm not even gonna make you have to. I mean, because you're able to do that. You have a great dexterity. Your Mage Hand goes into this gelatinous cube. It seems to slow down, and it's not moving very fast. You start tying the rope in there, and then you can just basically feel your Mage Hand disintegrate while it's in there. Like it just takes too much damage. But the rope, you've gotten it at least or you got it at least tied around like his ankle a bit.
Works for me.
And you will get one pull at this, and then the rope will disintegrate. Because you can see that it's already disintegrating.
Am I able to try and help Cade with that pull?
Yeah, you can reach over and do that if you'd like. That'll give him assistance on that. I will in that case, what I will do is you get your one pull at it. It's a strength check. The strength check is going to be a reach. It's a DC 12 strength check, and because he is helping you with that, that's going to give you a +2 to your roll. I'm not giving you advantage because the rope is on the fringe of breaking.
That's fine. So I roll mine plus my strength modifier +2.
Add 2 to whatever your strength modifier.
Okay, so I got a 14, so +3, so it'd be a 19 total.
Okay, so you pull, and he starts to move, and then the rope disintegrates before he comes out, but momentum actually sort of brings him out. But you've lost 10 foot of your rope.
Worth it.
From
But he's out of the cube.
he comes and he falls out on the cube, onto the ground, like still covered in all the acid stuff. He is going to take acid damage this round just from what's covered on him, unless he gets. But he is out of the cube.
All right, Varys, it's on you to pick him up and take him away.
Varys, it is your turn. I am going to say that what you have done already was your bonus action to help with that, so you do not get a bonus action this round.
You mean Yick?
That's Yick.
Yick. So it's Varys' turn, so Varys can do
whatever he wants when he gets back.
Yeah. But Yick, I'm going to say that was your bonus action to help pull the. So you still have your reaction and normal action for this round.
I'm here, guys. I'm coming. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Sure.
So not Varys, Geist comes out of the cube, and he just
Sweet.
like falls onto the ground,
Unconscious.
unconscious. He's still got a lot of the cube gelatinous acid stuff on him. He's
Meow.
not looking
know.
too good. Varys, what do you want to do?
Varys, get him out of the reach of the cube and drop him into the water.
I am going to. Yep. I'm gonna grab Geist and carry him over to the water.
Well, the water.
And
You're not going to be able to get him all the way to the water.
okay, well, I'm gonna make my
Like,
way to the water.
Quite a ways
the water-
away.
Yeah, it's still 60 feet away.
Just get him motion to the water so we can get him cleaned off when we get there.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to go ahead and cast guidance on him as well, which I can touch one willing creature once before the spell ends, and the target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to any check of
To
it.
his next roll. So for his stabilization, he gets.
As long as he doesn't roll like a 7 or below, he should be fine.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, Varys. That's all. That's what you're doing. You're picking up carrying. Yik, it is your turn.
Did the cube get its turn this time already? Did I miss that?
The cube's at the end of the round. It has a 0.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
What's that beeping sound?
I don't know.
Bro, I
Happens
swear it's gotta be
occasionally.
you.
Why am I fucking shit dying? My life.
No, it's not you. I don't know, but go ahead.
Okay,
Do your
sorry.
thing.
That was just like one of those things. Anyways. So I see Varys and Varys trying to effectively drag Geist away.
Yeah, basically.
Firemen's carry him out.
Yeah.
Pretty big half elf, just saying.
You're pretty damn strong then. 'Cause
Right.
you
I
got
am,
all your
yeah.
gear on top of his gear, on top of him.
It's a
Geist-
warlock? He's wearing
it's a warlock.
robes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I got
wearing
this, alright.
robes.
Yeah, he's okay. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
If
it don't matter. Whatever.
If he was wearing full plate, I'd make him do a strength check.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just. Yeah. Well, then I am going to recommend. We should disengage while we can. And fall back, kind of towards.
Let
Back
it
towards
go.
the entrance.
Okay.
We need a better plan of action, obviously.
All right. The gelatinous cube's turn. No one's in the room with it now, right? Everybody is out of the archway into this other area.
All of us
Alright,
have retreated.
It doesn't do anything. It
Hey,
just
hey, look at that.
Geist, give me a stabilization check, and you get an added D4 to it.
At the end of its turn, though, it still takes damage from my flaming sphere for up to 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I roll.
Or no,
I just had
6 rounds.
20.
Yeah, roll your D20, and you want to roll. What is it?
Isn't that 10 rounds?
A round is
4.
10 seconds.
Is it
Around
no,
6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds, okay. Yeah, so I was right the first time, okay.
no, you weren't.
It's
I said 10 rounds, and then I said 6 rounds?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Rolled a
What'd you roll? You rolled a 4.
Uh,
Don't think that's.
That's a fail.
is
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
plus
then
12 or above,
Wait.
isn't it?
no, it's 10 or above.
Okay.
Is it
Well, don't
10?
forget, you still get your +4 or plus whatever 4-sided die is.
yeah, but he rolled a 4, so even if he rolled,
Yeah.
yeah, I rolled a 4. So
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
all right. So you have one death save failed right now.
okay.
You don't automatically take 2 because they pulled you out of this thing.
Okay, that's good.
You're welcome.
And
And then the flaming sphere damage too. So,
gotcha.
and I rolled a 10 for that. So
So you're out. You're outside of the
Yep.
the archway past it. Okay.
I'm still
actually,
watching
your
the
flame-
flaming sphere do its thing.
Give me a second.
Yep.
Flaming sphere. I have to check something on it real quick.
Yeah, cool. Let's see how long
But
it lasts.
no, not how long it lasts. See
Oh.
what you can control the flaming sphere through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are out of the room. You guys can stay in it. Totally up to you at this point. I'm going to say you're out of combat unless you're engaging with this thing.
I'm not engaging.
I'd prefer to leave my
Disengage.
spear in there doing its thing, but as long as I can.
The bardic inspiration.
No, actually, the flaming sphere. You might be still thinking that you're doing it in there, but anybody that's like watching through there can tell that after you pulled Geist out of the archway, I will give Yik, Cade, and Brizo a perception check.
$23.
Okay. Cade and anybody else that rolls above 12 perception check will notice that as soon as he left the archway, or like went past the archway, whatever spell he had going on inside of the archway dissipated. And there was a bit of a shimmer at the archway itself after he sort of went through it.
Oh, that worked for nothing.
You're the one that decided to attack it.
Still,
the fuck
all it
attacked
worked for
this
nothing.
And like I said, there's lots of gold behind it. A big mound of it. It'd be you couldn't even guesstimate how much it is just from where you're
It's
at.
a
And then
fuckload of gold. All right,
And-
it's so
and then-
much.
yeah, and then plus the items, whatever that are floating within it,
Care much
all
more
seem
about
to
the
be,
items.
all seem to be of fairly good quality.
Okay, well. We retreated, right? We're
just
we're
gonna
out of
lay here.
combat, right? Okay.
So yeah, we're out of
we-
combat.
Can we do anything about our friend here who's dying?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
that's
think I
right.
can.
I
will
want to
give-
inspect the arch, but I want to like approach so that I can't be seen by the cube. Or
All right.
Yeah.
The gelatinous
Alright,
blob.
Brizo, what are you doing? Brizo, what?
I think I'm gonna do bardic inspiration on Geist.
All right, guys,
can
go
bring
ahead.
his shit back.
Go ahead, roll. You get a D6 and a D4 to this roll, as well as your normal.
I get a D6 and a D4.
The D4 from his.
Guidance.
No, your resistance, your guidance lasts for 1 round or
Switch
until
act right now.
Yeah, is it?
It's one action. Yep. So it's
One-
over.
Alright, okay.
1 act. Okay, so you get your D6 on top of your D20.
Okay. Is 20.
Okay,
That's
that's
good.
one save.
That's a-
That's one positive save.
Save.
So you're 1 and 1. Is anybody else doing anything for Geist before I make him make his other save?
I don't think. I
Cade, you're looking at the arch. What you can see is that this archway, now that all this combat has stopped, you're not going through the arch. I assume you're staying on this side.
no, I'm staying to like one side of it.
Stand the fuck
Yeah.
away from that archway.
Yeah,
Okay.
This archway.
That's all
is
it happened to the
quite- I
last
mean,
guy that
It has
approached.
it's.
I'm afraid of no
it's,
ghosts.
It's rimmed or not rimmed. It's
Rated an acid cube though.
on like on the archway itself. There is. It's not just stone like everything else. There seems to be like a. So it's sort of like a white outline type thing, but then you can actually see like little rune symbols like on the archway itself. But they're written very, very, very tiny to where it's only because you're inspecting it up close that you can actually see them.
Can I identify what language it is?
Do you have what? Sure, give me a intelligence check.
Okay.
I'm also going to go over to Cade and inspect.
15.
Sorry.
It seems to be some variation of Elven.
Okay.
Oh.
I need an elf.
Yeah, you only have like 3 of them in the group.
I
I know,
do
right?
speak
Yeah,
Elvish.
3 of us here.
One of them is face down right now, so it's not a big deal.
Cade, have you found anything out?
Bunch of script around the arch that they were fighting near.
Do you know? And okay, I look at the language. I look at the thing, the script. I do speak Elvish.
Okay, well, make an Arcana check.
12.
Okay. You're gonna be able to figure out what it says. Essentially, it's gonna take you a couple. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with Geist, and I'll come back and tell you what you eventually get. All right. Is anybody helping Geist on these next couple of saves?
I don't think I.
Don't
do
fucking
anything,
look
so.
at me. I know you're not
There's
looking
nothing
at me.
else I could do.
So,
I'm not a fan.
It
It's
doesn't
actually
help me
laying on
if
the
they
floor.
just heal me.
yes, Brizzo, do you have a
Cure
cure
wounds
spell?
is about all I've got.
That will work. If you wanted to, you could cast that spell and
I like that if you wanted to.
If I want to. Well, kind of still a stranger, so.
Ooh.
Well,
I will cast Cure Wounds.
okay. So
10.
you guys pulled him over, cast Cure Wounds. Geist, you wake up, you get the what you said 10? 10 hit points back from Cure Wounds. The last thing basically you remember is that feeling of the gelatinous cube going around you, and then that like suction feeling of getting pulled into it, and then everything was black. You wake up, you're sort of at the foot of this pool area. You see Cade standing over you, and Brizzo like right
No,
beside
not Cade.
you.
Varys.
Varys, I
Varys.
apologize. Varys standing over you with Brizzo.
I wish
right.
as a halfling I could move that fast.
Yeah.
Be standing over him like, damn, son.
Yeah, and they're both looking down at you. And yeah, you basically just have that little bit of a gas, and then you're like imp, sort of like pops into view, and like comes and like sort of lands beside your head. There's your, and then you feel in your head you can say it's like you can see the imps basically sort of says to you telepathically, it's like, you almost died, don't do that, I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and go, thanks for nothing, you little shit.
Thanks for nothing, I did all sorts of stuff. Unfortunately you just couldn't see it, you almost died, don't die.
Fuck around anymore, okay?
You die,
Just
I
gotta
go
let,
away, I don't want that.
Everyone else say thank you.
For
Don't
that
thank them, thank me.
random stranger cussing some people.
Stranger danger.
My bad, dude. Dragged you into that.
yeah, after a couple of minutes of actually like examining it slowly, going over, probably reading it, and then going back and rereading it, it's an old form of Elven that the reason you have to probably go back and reread it is sort of like us trying to read like Beowulf right now, you know, like it's very difficult language, and essentially what you get is that it is a script of it's a magical barrier that prevents it's basically a Odalix resonant sphere, but it's a so nothing.
It's an archway instead.
Yeah, physical things can go through it. However, it stops all magic from going one way or the other, and it prevents whatever is on that side from moving out.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not really an
So
Odalix
the gold's not
sphere,
gonna
it's
just
not
walk
prevent-
on over here, right?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, if you guys went through, you could probably pick it up, but you have to go through that cube to do so.
Okay. Well,
And I mean, you guys did damage to it, but
how much damage? Like, what is its health?
You don't know?
I don't know if we can.
You don't get to
Yeah.
know that in D&D, unfortunately.
Yeah. You've done some damage to it.
Done some damage to it.
Some.
That could
doesn't
be.
seem-
Everybody's out.
It could have 1 health or it could have 100 health. We don't know.
Yeah.
If we were keeping track, we can know how much damage we've done to it, but
Okay.
as far as how much health it has
Shut
left.
your whore
Yeah.
mouth.
What?
So-
Done about 45
talking
damage, I think.
I'm not talking to you.
All right.
Okay. So where are we?
You guys are all in this cave area. Light.
How many
from
feet
pool.
from this cube?
Oh, you guys are 60 feet from the archway. So
We
that's
are
enough.
safe from the blob on this side of the arch.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, well, I'd like to have a conversation with my companions here.
Hey,
I
Todd,
would like to
A
tell
little
them
bit of a loot, okay, buddy?
I
Calm it
noticed
down.
a number of objects floating in this gelatinous. Are any of you interested in trying to obtain any of these objects? Like, I
I don't
saw
have
high
too many.
quality items.
I am. but
Perhaps.
Do you have a way of getting through the cube?
Heal me up first.
Well, perhaps,
I
perhaps a
can
different,
get you.
perhaps a
Should I
different
make that
approach.
roll?
Maybe just reaching in and trying to grab one of these objects without attacking it. Anyone willing to take the risk? I am.
I don't have enough health for that, so good luck.
So,
Ooh,
Question
whose
for
turn
you.
is it?
Yeah, Errol comes up to you, Varys, is like, I don't necessarily think that's a great idea.
I don't know who
Don't
the
get me-
hell you are, Errol. So
Yeah, you know what? We don't know Errol. We could just hold his feet and shove him in the cube and have him grab the
Jesus.
stuff and pull it out for us.
Yeah, Errol's all, yeah. So like, he looks over at you guys. Is like, I wouldn't like that either, but
is Errol
Why do
still
you
holding
want to
that
shove my
scroll?
companion into the
Right.
into the
Pretty
blob?
pretty.
that seems to be the only thing he is. That yeah, he still has that scroll. Actually, that's I forgot that he had that.
I want to see
I'm
the
going
scroll
to
it's got.
convince Errol
Yeah,
that
he
has it.
hands it over to you. It's confusion spell.
Okay.
all right, I'm ready to move on. I mean, if y'all are over this, then. But I kind of like stuff. I like money.
Is there
Okay.
anything that stands out in the cave that we're besides what we got?
There,
I mean,
we
it-
never went
besides
through
the
the fucking
door.
tunnel behind the goddamn desk,
I think that's
That
the
was
next.
the-
That was
That
the thing.
right?
No,
That was the archway that was behind the desk. That the dark
Okay.
elf moved out
Okay.
of the desk. That was the archway behind that.
Yeah.
So then we never cleared the
there-
rubble.
There's the rubble still at the front of the cave. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's another passageway.
That's what we're
um,
interested in.
Yeah, there's another passageway that seems to go deeper into the cave, or at least into the caves in some way, shape, or form. You guys have not explored that. So you got
Okay.
the rubble, you've got the gelatinous cube.
Okay.
room, You've got
That's-
the area that's
Jeez.
at.
The cube of acid as episode.
That. That said. Please
I
tell
would
me everybody
recommend we
watches Rick
rest
and
and
Morty.
recover.
That's a bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably should rest and
Is it-
recover spells and whatnot. Because I know we've expended some spellage.
No, because what I'm considering is if we approach, I mean, we'll know 15 foot of difference there.
I mean, if you want to approach
The
the,
rubble.
cube with no,
No. I'm either going for this tunnel or the rubble because this cube is fucking your asses right in front of you. So let's try something new.
I will inform her that it'll take 2 days to clear the rubble, basically. I've already looked at the rubble.
I bet it is very doable. I mean,
Right, like I'm
Definitely.
super interested in like thunder waving this motherfucker right now. Take him down. Hey, right.
I mean, you can go over there and
Good
try
idea.
Thunderwave on it. I mean, it might speed it
Yeah, I'm
We'll see.
thinking I want to approach the rubble as close as I can get to it and
It's just rubble.
attempt a thunder
I was climbing
wave.
on it earlier.
You're a tiny little bastard, alright? I'm a little bigger. I'm just gonna give it an attempt.
You're just gonna give it a little shove.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
give it a 15-foot cube push.
All right.
YOLO.
Plus fucking
Do it.
damage.
You
Like-
would go up there. You cast your thunder wave. That's what you're doing, right? Go ahead and your thunder damage. We'll see
What
how
am I
well you roll.
rolling?
2d8. So you roll a
2d8.
Yeah, you roll a d8 twice.
Just hand me doubles. Pink and blue. Yeah. All right, 8 and 5.
That's pretty good, actually. So that's what? 13. Mathematical. So you go up there, and you stand sort of like right in front of the rubble. Do thunder wave. This loud boom sounds that's sort of like rings everybody's ears.
Really loud.
And you do see some of the get pushed off to the sides. You know, some of the rubble moves a little bit.
Is there any form of light or anything coming through?
No, there is none. No light. As Cade
Super
could
dark.
Yeah. And then go ahead and make a perception check.
Me? Or her?
Well, her and everybody that would be standing close to her, or not
I am,
necessarily
'cause I'm
close,
interested in the
Perception.
You want that one?
Yeah.
but
20.
I don't.
Okay.
That one. That one's bad luck.
Am I close? Because I rolled a 25.
14.
So those of you that rolled above a 15 can notice that she did the thunder wave. Not only did she move some of the rubble that was there maybe back, but you can also see that some of the rubbles that did get moved wasn't necessarily from the rubble itself here. It came from the ceiling, as well as some rocks dropped from there and came down as well and got pushed out of the way. But it did move a little bit, so a little bit of the stuff. So it was a net gain.
There was give, but there's new fall.
It was a net gain on your guys' part. However, you can tell that probably multiple of those might cause another cave-in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I'm that way. We were just checking. Okay, I needed to know.
It was clever. It was a good idea, but I
I want to
suggest
go over
maybe.
and pack up my boat.
I mean, it probably saved you guys a couple of hours of clearing, as opposed to
Hours.
hours, not
So just
necessarily.
hours of clearing.
Yeah.
That's my vote. I want to clear the rubble.
Guys, I would still recommend a long rest before we attempt to clear all the rubble.
A long.
Why don't we
rest.
take shifts?
I want to pack up my boat real
Shifts.
quick.
I'm down for shifts. I'll fucking.
All right, you go
That's
back
if
to
you're
your
able to-
boat. You're able. You actually.
You can
find-
go back to your.
You go
He
back
hobbles
to your
back over
boat.
the boat.
Take that boat into the fucking.
I'm the
queue.
tiny ball
How
man.
dare you?
You're able to like get the boat to collapse back on itself, and into this little box, and then you're studying it some more. You will discover that the boat has 3 different forms to it as you're probably studying it a little bit more. I don't know if you have access to the DMG or not.
I do, yeah. He does.
Okay. It is. I gotta find the page that. It is on page.
Just if you give me the name, I can add it to his inventory so he can see it.
Okay. It is called a folding boat. EING boat.
There you go. It's
on
in your
page
list.
170 and 171. This object appears as a wooden box that measures 12 inches long by 6 inches wide and 6 inches deep. It weighs about 4 pounds and floats. It can be opened to store items inside. This item
Ooh.
also has 3 command words, each requiring you to use an action to speak it. 1 command word causes the box to become a 10-foot long boat, or a 10-foot long, 4-foot wide, 4-foot deep boat that has the oars, anchor, a small mast, and the lantine cells that can hold up to 4 medium creatures.
4
The
pound
second-
boat.
Yeah, the second command word.
Medium creatures. I consider myself medium, right?
We are all
Yes.
medium.
So basically, the first
Shit,
command
Case,
word
thank
allows you to hold up to 4 medium
Cade.
creatures. The second command word allows the boat to be big enough to hold up to 15 medium creatures. And then when
Nice.
and then the third command word
It's a yacht in a
Um,
box.
basically makes the boat fold back into the box. So you got two forms of a boat. You got the smaller one that holds 4 people, and the larger one that can hold up to 15 people.
Nice. Thank you, Cade, for my boat
Uh-huh.
in the box.
Yeah.
I'm keeping
It's
this shit.
a rare, wondrous item.
Consider yourself lucky.
Baby.
Consider it a consolation prize for being burned.
Mm.
Acid vat.
Yeah. No need to do that bikini wax now, I guess.
Yeah, all his hair's gone.
Actually,
My beard.
give me a second.
Oh shit!
Oh god, thanks, Nolan.
Your robes are tattered. Probably unfixable by the mending spell because they're not
Dang.
robes at this point. And any other non-magical, just normal clothes that you're wearing are very tattered to the point
Bitch,
that
you naked.
you're not naked. However,
You're close.
your clothes are really bad shape.
Brother, this fresh purple half elf just showed up tonight.
I guess
Sorry, I'm not mature.
since
enough
we are
for
gonna
this
we're gonna set up
conversation.
kind of camp and take a long rest to really kind of get some of our spells and some of our hit points back, right?
Yeah.
That's totally
Let's take some shifts. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and clear the rubble while y'all sleep, and
Feed
then
the
I'll-
rubble to the asset cube.
I could do that. Yeah, good plan.
That way we don't have a stack of
Him
rubble.
can help you.
Okay,
Yeah, and Errol will go and start helping you as well. So
cool.
Yep.
So Geist, myself, and Arrow will go ahead and stay up for a
yeah,
rest,
you got
and then we'll
So I'm
rotate.
sleeping by myself. This sounds great.
No, I'm resting as well.
Yeah, same here.
No, yeah.
Me-
So
me and you.
you three. Yeah, no. Yick, Cade, and Brizzo are gonna rest while.
And
Actually, I'll have Errol go to bed as well. That way you can have shifts of 2 people each. So
Oh,
Yep.
what about
So Geist and
Bastard?
I got this.
I'm sorry, what?
What about Bastard?
Oh yeah, I forgot that he's there.
Hey, in fairness, I mean, he just kind of sat there.
Yeah, sure, he can have a shift as well. I'll have Arrow actually help. No, I'll have Bastard help you guys at this point, and then Arrow will get up to be on watch with someone else.
Alright.
any reaction as we feed the rubble to the cube?
No. Well, in order to feed the rubble to, you actually find that if you try to throw it into the archway, it actually hits the whatever field is there and bounce back out. You actually have to sort of walk it into there, toss it, and then immediately back out.
Does it? Yeah, I'm. So Geist and I are doing that. Is there any reaction when we do that?
It's probably not pissed you're feeding it carbs, right?
Not right away. Actually, no. It doesn't seem to react other than that it happens. Actually, it does seem to. You throw the rock in there, but then then it'll hit it, and then you can, and then almost as soon as the rock hits it, like one of those pseudopods comes out in a direction that the rock would have came from, but you guys would have moved back out of the archway in time.
But when we first walk in there, before we actually hit it, would it actually do anything, or does it just?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well then.
Sitting there and we start checking shit
only
at it.
seems to react after you throw a rock at it.
Well,
And
then I'm very curious about what I actually see floating in it, and I don't want to throw a rock in it while I'm doing this. I kind of want to try and pull something out if I can, if it's within reach. So
I will tell you what, to roll
I'm
percentiles.
gonna slowly back out of the room.
Give me a-
Back away.
You're checking rocks in there, man. You're clearing the rubble.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Varys.
okay, I like
right now-
stuff, right?
Right now, it is you and
Guys,
Guys,
that are the only 2 up. Everybody else is asleep. The chance of something being close enough for you to be able to grab out of this thing, I'm going to say that you need to roll 5 or above, just to have something randomly close enough.
5 or above on a 20?
85 or above on.
Oh, 85. Okay, well, I rolled a 76, so nope.
Okay. All right. So there's nothing that's immediate, but there's something that probably looks like it could be closer if you want to actually really go for it.
Oh.
Remember,
what is
it's
this
you
thing I'm looking at?
and Geist, who's barely alive, up right
You're
now. He's
right.
already backed outside the barrier like it's all you, bro.
Yeah. Well, what do I see? Like, what is
yeah,
it that
I've
I'm
got 10
looking at?
health, so I'm not.
I'm just curious. What do I see?
You see what looks to be. Let's see. Let me just roll random. Let's see what this could be. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll let you roll random of what be. First off, roll me percentiles.
Percentile?
Yes, sir.
Okay. By the one, there it is.
I'm gonna have you roll percentiles a few times, actually. Here.
Okay, so 26 was my first one.
All right, give me a second. Um, 26. Not that. Nope. Nope. Sorry, I have to find the right.
Thing.
Yeah, so many tables here.
Is there a table
Okay.
on there for what you find out at Atlantis Monsters, Billy?
Basically, what the closest thing that you to you is probably not something interesting to you. Find is looks to be an arrow. However, the arrow is very seems to have some. You can tell from where it's at that it has some runes and carved on it, and that it actually seems it's a single arrow that is floating relatively close enough for you to do it. However, you're going to be more than just trying to stick your arm part of the way in there. You're going to have to go a little more than shoulder deep in.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on digging, doing the thing, doing the rubble. I was just curious.
Yeah, but I mean, with a 26, that's about it. It's just some.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, digging, doing my thing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, your guy's shift goes smoothly. Nothing seems to bother you.
Nice.
And next shift comes up. Who's second shift?
I'll take second shift.
All right. I'll say it's you and Errol then. Take second shift. He helps you dig, pick up the rubble. You guys sort of figure out the same thing to where, you toss a rock in, and you have to get out of the thing, out of the archway as soon as it hits the gelatinous cube. But when the gelatinous cube, reaches out, it's almost in the direction that the rocks came. You guys are doing the same thing. Let's make headway. Your shift goes uneventful. It's third shift, unless there's anything specific you're wanting to do.
Nope.
Okay. Remember, you did pick up those daggers.
Yeah, but the person I need is both people that can detect or appraise items are asleep. So.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Next shift wakes up.
I guess I could talk to Yik before I go to sleep about it, right?
Absolutely. If you wanted to.
So then
Yeah.
I'll be the next shift. Would that have been long enough for my long rest to have been completed?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. So who else is waking up with me?
It'd be you and Brizzo, wouldn't it?
Or
you and Rizzo.
Bastard? Oh no, Bastard stayed up the first time. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So as I wake up, I look at Cade and say, "You're gonna want to watch this."
Okay.
Hey,
What?
all you other fuckers are asleep, all right? Except maybe Brizzo. But
Fuck
she's
you, I'm waking up because y'all are making so much goddamn noise checking this rubble into the goddamn cube. So now
Well, it's your
like,
shift anyways.
thinking I'm gonna continue to try and clear the rubble.
Yeah, it's your shift anyways. So as I wake up, because I have completed my long rest, I summon my Steel Defender.
All right. I don't know what that does. You're gonna have to explain it to me.
Okay, I will read you what the Steel Defender is. Let me find it real quick.
Absolutely.
By third level, your tinkering has born a faithful companion, a Steel Defender. It is friendly to you and your companions, and it obeys your commands. I've got the stat. It has its own stat block, right? You determine this creature's appearance and whether it has 2 legs or 4. Your choice has no effect on stats. In combat, it shares your initiative, but takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and react on its own, but I have to use my bonus action to make him attack.
It's kind of cool.
Right on. Okay.
All right. If I cast Mending on it, if Mending is cast on it, it regains 2d6 hit. If it dies within the last hour, I can use an action to revive it as long as I'm within within 5 feet, and I use a spell slot. At the end of a long rest, you can create a new Steel Defender if I have my Swiss tools with you, which I do. So, yeah, that is my Steel Defender, and it is...
Tripoded.
No, it can only be 2-legged or 4-legged. Yes, Lucky. Darn Robo Dog. No, I'm not making it a Robo Dog. I'm making it very much of a nightly creature. So while it's still robotic in construction, right? Because it's made out of steel, I've made it resemble the shape of a knight.
Okay. Fair enough.
So then I'm going to have it help move all the steel, or move the rubble with me. And it'll help all the companions and does not require rest, because it is that. And also while I'm doing that, I'm going to do my item infusions, which is separate, so...
Okay.
Right, but that I can only... Well, those I can only do once I wake up, right? So...
That's an interesting trick.
Yeah, right? Why didn't you do that while we were over there clearing rubble?
Because I can only do it after a long rest.
Gotcha, okay.
Anywho, I will try to.
So, Cade, what'd you think of that?
Definitely an interesting trick. Since you can create things, I'm assuming you can identify things as well.
I can.
You said they were like a pair. Were they just a pair of daggers, or were they twin matching daggers? They're
They're separate daggers. There's just two different daggers. They look different. They are not a pair. They are not a
pair.
matching set. Yeah.
Okay. I will show them to Yik to see if she can identify them for me.
Well, then I will cast Identify on them.
Okay. Who wants to roll the percentiles on the first dagger to see how good they are?
Let me see if I've got my percentile dice close here at the top. There's one. There's 2. Yep. Um, 96 for the first dagger.
Jesus Christ, people.
I'm sorry.
Let's go to Vegas.
All right.
The second one was 29.
The second one is a +1.
Okay.
The first one, give me a second. I have to actually find something worthy of a 96 here. I have a couple things in mind. I just want to read them over. All right. Here's some of these different daggers. This dagger is... That's what I'll do with it. It is a dancing dagger +2. Basically, what that is a dagger that you can say the command word, and for 10 rounds, you can sort of toss it in the air, and it starts attacking on its own.
Bro.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you get
Good
you get a
shit.
10 rounds of a dancing dagger +2. If you're just using it regularly as a dagger, it's just a +2 dagger to
Cool.
damage. And this dagger does require attunement. The +1 dagger doesn't. So it's like I said, it's a dancing dagger, so you can basically extra dagger attack. So you throw it up in the air and it does its stuff.
Does its thing.
Yeah, it does its thing, and you can attack separately. It does not cost you a bonus action to attack with. It attacks independently.
Probably takes a bonus action to activate the whole dancing thing.
It takes a bonus action to activate, and it goes for 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 10 rounds.
10 minutes, Jiminy Crickets.
Yeah, it goes for 10 rounds, and it can do that once per day.
Once per day. Got it. Okay.
That ain't even fair.
With that done, I guess I will tuck those back away safely and go to sleeps.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking dagger. It's got like a pair of wings on the
Hilt.
on the hilt and everything like that. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. It's not quite a crisp blade, but it's got a nice little sleek curve to the blade and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this: would there be a set of artisans' tools that would help with the rubble? I've also got block and tackle.
Could be a thunder wave. It might
No, if anything, you'd be looking for
About
almost like an
15
engineer or a
feet
dungeoneering, maybe.
Yeah.
But there is another passageway, though, right? I'm not.
There is.
Well,
There is. Okay.
well, I'm totally down for checking, but nobody else wanted to do that shit, so I already got us in trouble once.
We've already started clearing the rubble. Let's just finish the rubble.
Yeah.
So, like, would Mason's tools
How far have
help?
we
Or
made it into this rubble? Like, how far does it go? Can we even tell? Like, is it just rubble and rubble?
I can tell you how far it goes because I scrambled through there when I came in.
Well, then
And I already told you it's gonna take about what was it, like a day and a half's worth of.
you said about 2 days.
That was on my own. That was 2 days on my own.
You're a tiny people.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to
So then
modify that
then-
that dancing dagger because they actually have a description for dancing sword here. It has all the characteristics of the dancing sword on page 161. So use the dancing sword and then our dancing dagger +2. It's not one time per day. It's actually a little bit different. As a bonus action, you toss this sword, well in this case the dagger, into the air and speak the command. When you do so, the sword begins to hover. It flies up to 30 feet and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll for damage. When the sword hovers, you can use this action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another thing. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack any creature within. After the hovering sword attacks 4 times, it flies up to 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you have no free hand, it falls feet. If the sword has no obstruction or no unobstructed path to it, moves close as it can and falls to the ground. It also ceases to hover if you grasp it or you move feet. But there's no limit to the amount of times you can do this. So it gets 4 attacks while it's flying around. Use another.
And then just like it like ricochets back to me, and then I can just like do it again, like haha.
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of like my spiritual weapon, to be honest. Like,
yeah, it basically is. I mean,
Accurate.
yeah.
+2 dagger that's essentially your spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dancing dagger +2. So what I said earlier about it can only do once per day. Now
That
it's just
seems really good for someone who like as a sneak, like almost a sneak boat kind of character to have.
yeah. So hey, you rolled a
Are we
96.
clearing this cave, or are we surfing it some more?
Look, I went to sleep. It's between you and Yik, and Yik's creature, Tinkertot, whatever it is, is cleaning.
Okay,
his robotic dog.
what do you suggest we do? It's you and I on watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
again, I'm gonna ask John: would there be an artisan's tool that would add this? Will my block and tackle help?
I'm sure there is. Give me a minute.
Like Mason's tools?
I'm looking. I don't have this. thing
goddamn
memorized yet.
backhoe in this game. What?
Let me pull one of those
I've
out of
also
my back
got
pocket here.
my block and tackle, which is set of pulleys and cable.
Look, I have one way
uh,
to tackle this. I'm
that
gonna be
allows me to
real.
hoist 4 times
So-
what I normally can.
Thunderclap.
Pretty sure my it's Thunder Wave, and I'm pretty sure my
Thunder Wave.
character isn't into manual labor.
Sure.
I just
Yeah,
get
you're-
the
I
fucking
mean-
feeling.
Your artisan tools. I'll say you're like stuff like that. Sure, it'll help. It's not gonna like take it down from 2 days down to like 2 hours or anything.
Well, no, but it's going to help because what I do is I use the right tools for the job, where I create a set of whatever tools I need.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can find a shovel, pickaxe, and stuff like that. And start moving the stuff.
Shovel ready.
Hey!
I mean, it's more like a pickaxe or whatever you would use to pull with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's
Hey,
a
So
deconstruction.
Mason's
tool.
tools.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
We can fix
oh
it.
my god.
Yes, we can.
hey,
Yeah.
anything
Sure,
to
it'll
help
help.
speed it up, speeds it up.
Great.
Yeah.
Then
You do-
I'm
you
gonna
do a good
attempt.
job.
So I make
I mean,
those tools and I hand the pickaxe to my guy and have him start helping the swing as well.
Absolutely.
So-
Excuse you?
But
Have
yeah,
I seen it then?
your guys.
What would you have me do? I was
offer.
suggesting we go and investigate this other.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like,
So, I'm gonna say you guys everybody, the last watch goes by. Everybody can get up. You guys are all woken up now. Everybody's rested. You have your hit points back. You have your spells back. It was a full long rest. No obstructions. You guys are here, basically in the hags, figuring
Yeah,
out what to do.
You also see
Yeah.
a giant metal knight.
Yeah, you see Meta Knight.
Nice.
Yeah, just I'm not gonna be able to go much longer. I probably
No,
have
no,
about
it's fine.
another,
We're
like,
good. That's
15
actually a good spot to
Yeah.
call it for the
Yeah.
night.
I'm
But,
trying to figure out which fucking hole to crawl through. Okay. I'm glad we're all caught up here.
But yeah, that's where we'll go ahead and end it for the night. Give me a second. Let me figure out XP.
Cool.
Between a rock and a gelatinous cube. Let's figure it out, y'all.
Between a
Give me a
rock and a soft spot.
So,
Hey, thanks
what
for
you
my
guys
podcast
did-
title for this one.
It doesn't sound very soft if it's made of goddamn acid. I'm not getting the cuddle vibes here, okay?
You just gotta look deeper.
Well, Geist and this
Deeper.
Gladness Cube
Barry's
became
trying to
really
look
good
deeper.
friends.
Couldn't even reach in there and grab something out of there.
Y'all got close, man.
We were, might you say,
Would you though?
I'm going to
Hey,
award everybody 600 experience apiece for this. Just because you guys only defeated one creature. You guys fought the gelatinous cube, but
Did we ever figure out what that creature was? No.
you did not.
It's
I
the
mean, if
cube of hell.
No, not that. The second
The fake Yick.
doppelganger yick.
yeah,
We never actually
well,
figured out what that was, nor did we ever
I can
really
tell
open
you.
that sheet to look.
I did. I grabbed all my gear.
if you want me to tell you what it was statistically, I can tell you what I used for the stats. But
I'm interested as what it was, but I mean,
it was a mimic.
oh, ha.
It was a mimic with a little bit higher AC. That was it.
Cool.
It had the same.
More of a sentient mimic.
You
yeah,
said
it was-
600, right?
Yeah, 600.
600
Okay.
XP.
I'm adding it to
600.
everybody right now.
So close
600
to leveling
XP.
up.
Per person. Yeah, go from there. And yeah, whenever we play next, we'll see how
We're
it goes.
actually going nowhere because we're stuck in a goddamn cave between a rock and a
There's
gelatinous
there's three
acid.
paths.
We're
Actually,
not
there's 4
stuck.
paths.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bunch of paths.
I like
Yeah.
gold. I like money.
You have a gelatinous cube you
Down.
can try to go through to get the.
I appreciate your
reward.
patience, John. Thank you
Oh,
so
no
much.
worries. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I'm trying to.
So you have the gelatinous cube like archway you go through. You could go back through the
water.
The water. You can go down the one path that I said goes to the cave, or you can keep clearing the rubble here. There's 4 different paths that I can think of, and if you guys come up with another one that I can't think of, then hey,
Yeah.
We
Hey,
outfit.
I got here from a
straight up.
goddamn ruptured stone, alright? I'm just as surprised as you guys.
yeah.
Alright,
And you guys will have noticed that anytime she speaks Elven, it does seem a little bit odd at first because she speaks Elven in a way you would expect like Shakespeare to speak Elven to you guys.
yeah.
Not necessarily just because she's a bard, just because she speaks an older form of Elven.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Time traveling.
Awesome.
elves.
Interesting.
Odd, unique. Okay, what can I say?
All right, guys.
Well, I do hope everybody
Okay.
had a wonderful game, and we are going to call it from for here.
Right
All
on.
right, guys, take it easy.
So
Ciao.
till
Peace,
next
man.
time.
Good game. Thanks.
Bye.